It's got too much titties.
Titties.
Are you talking about my character?
Just all of our characters, the rogues with the deco from the season
Oh,
pass.
you got the deco on now, gotcha.
Oh, I don't have the glowing shit either, but I have the basic version.
I gotcha. Yeah, the glowing version's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
But it all looks nice.
I like the chest piece.
Yeah, chest piece gives you tits. It's nice.
Yeah, that's about time too.
Right?
Right?
She needed to push it, bro. She was like, I'll stab the shit out of you, just not with my nipples.
Right? I don't know why every character had to be flat.
The sorcerer's got like the
Not from
best
the
tits
side.
out of all of them, but they're not big by any means.
Doesn't the female druid have the biggest?
Oh well, yeah.
Yeah,
Probably.
but they just disguise because they give her this giant ass belly. That you're not allowed
Belly, yeah.
Well, they were trying to be the first game out there that went the opposite direction as Dead or Alive or whatever that game is. The volleyball game.
Right.
They were trying to get females to actually play the game.
I guess.
I wouldn't wanna. I want my character to look hot.
Yeah.
Right?
Girls like titties too.
That's what I've always said.
But,
I mean, I've seen plenty of them play with each other.
Right? Or you watch an anime where they're all just grabbing each other's tits. Like, what the hell's going on here? Like, this is what guys imagine happens in the locker room? They're just all grabbing each other's tits? Something's going on in Japan that I am very concerned about.
They're fucking
Not so
crazy,
much concerned, but interested.
crazy comics that people read. I know I've told you about Rape Man.
Rape Man?
He's a superhero that rapes and like dudes will just like read it on the subway. Yeah, you can Google that shit.
In Japan?
It's weird.
I
In
don't
Japan,
want to
yeah.
Google that shit. I don't want that in my search history.
Yeah, fair.
Well, rape is a different thing in China and Japan. In China, it's legal, completely legal.
Yeah, that's
because they're trying to get birth rates up.
It's just terrible.
It's their own fault for killing all the fucking women off. Like, I don't know what the hell you're
They're
thinking.
dumb.
Yeah, so the ones that got that did get born have to suffer for the mistakes of the past.
They can be raped by anyone, just to increase birth rates. It's just insane to me. Like, I feel so bad for those women in a way. Like,
I'm gonna have to look into that. I feel like that might not be true.
yeah, it was. I don't know if it still is, but it was. Yeah, there was no punishment for rape in China for once they realized where they're headed.
Yeah, I looked into it.
Yeah, they basically realized that they're in X amount of years they were fucked.
Population decline.
Yeah, they were just screwed though. They
A lot of
couldn't
Asian
maintain
nations
anything.
have that problem.
So they were trying to get the. They were.
The birth rate, and it's for different reasons too. Like South Korea and Japan, birth rates plummeting, but it's because of property values.
Well, in South Korea, people like are weirdly competitive and like apparently look at each other and it's like the internet's fault. I don't know. I was reading a weird article on it the other day. Like they look at other people having a wonderful life and then they're like, well, maybe I can't provide my kid the same kind of life, so maybe I shouldn't have kids.
Yeah, I read a lot of this generation also.
Butcher.
No.
In the big cities, the property values are so high. Like a place the size of your bedroom is like $3,000 a month.
Oh,
people are staying with their parents until they're like 35. So they're not having kids. Like I read this thing about this one guy. He's a fucking doctor, and he doesn't feel like he makes enough money to get his own place.
Yeah.
He's in his 30s.
Yeah, that's weird. What did I get? I got fresh meat barding. Oh, hilarious. It looks like meat is covering your horse.
Really?
Nice.
Oh, yeah, no.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, I don't have that. Gotta put that on
It's a
and
whole
see
new
what it looks
meaning to
like.
meat curtains.
Yeah. I need more legendaries to drop that actually have useful aspects. Fuck your fire.
Yeah, I feel that. I'm still missing the majority of the aspects that I want.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna put my chess piece aspect on, and then I realized I just don't have it. It's one you can't get from a dungeon, of course.
Of course. I mean, there's enough dungeons. They should all be available.
Right.
And the most popular porn in Japan is girls getting fondled on buses and trains and fucked on buses and trains against their will. But they don't say no because, or they'll smack their hand away at first, but then just go along with it. It's like, wait, what?
That's gotta be a guy fetish.
Yeah, it's like the most popular porn there for some reason. Like, getting away with fondling girls on buses.
Yeah, in Italy, a guy tried to do that to me, and I just started kicking everybody around me because I didn't know who it was, and I got off the bus and waited for the next one. Yeah, I was not amused by that.
See, I'm in the opposite direction. I like seeing the videos where it's like at a concert and the girl's like crowd surfing and like some dude molests her and then like all the guys around like beat the shit out of him.
That's interesting porn.
No, not as porn. That shit makes me smile. Like, I fucking hate guys that take advantage of women.
I don't think we went up this way. Still missing some.
That's pretty funny though. That sounds like some interesting.
Real niche.
Real niche.
Ooh, this is kinky. She's getting her boobs grabbed while moshing. Oh, ride that wave, girl. Oh, grabbing her tight little ass. Oh, he just got punched in the mouth.
Oh, yeah.
I got such a boner right
yeah.
now. Yeah, pound him harder.
He's getting kicked in the stomach. Give it to him. Give it to him. Oh, they're all ganging up on him.
This is my kind of gangbang. Yeah, I watched all kinds of porn. I'm a very curious person when it comes to that. Like, I will watch the whole fuck. I've watched tentacle porn all the way through. Where I'm like, what in the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll definitely like be like, oh, that's fucking weird, and watch some shit, and just like you said, curiosity, like the fuck.
Oh, Cursewell,
But,
let's go.
If it starts grossing me out, I'm like, eh.
Oh, we watched one where I was like, yeah, like.
It was genuinely confusing.
Yeah, that was.
Genitally confusing or generally?
General.
Very confusing.
General. Gotcha.
It was. There's a whole like fetish where it's just people fucking dead girls, like in the morgue and shit.
Necrophilia.
And the whole time we're watching it, like trying to see the girl
see her
move.
breathe and shit. Yeah,
she was so good at not breathing. Like it was, fuck. And then you go and look at the comments, and people are pointing out, "Hey, look, she grabbed the table right here."
At
You
like
rewind.
$4.99.
So it's like not just us; it's other people studying it. Like, look, the bitch moved. I'm telling you. That's
like,
funny.
did you really want her not to? Like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
like
they're
I'm sorry,
disappointed.
I'm looking for as much response as possible.
Yeah. See, yeah, you couldn't see her breathing through her stomach. It was like
It's surreal to see
she
somebody that can do
made
that.
she made some movements, but um, never see her breathing like that.
Like that's got to be like a weird posting for an actress.
Yeah.
Be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna sign up for this one.
All those porn
Oh,
girls
that's my
make stupid
specialty.
money. Yeah, I knew a girl that did porn. They make stupid money. She was like, yeah, I used to strip, and she lived in Vegas, and she would bring home every day stripping in Vegas 20, 30 grand for a day's work.
See, I don't understand how she could make more money in porn because, you know, I've watched interviews with like famous porn stars and they're like they get like $2,000 to $3,000 for a
It's
shoot.
because she does those webcams where,
Oh
Oh, they
yeah,
tell you what to do?
yeah, that's
yeah,
different.
and she wears like she
Yep,
was wearing these panties or something where
these
like
guys are stupid.
these guys pay to control the panties
Yeah,
vibration
the
and stuff.
Oh,
vibration.
yeah.
Yep.
So they would like
Yeah, that's
every
not
time
really
they
porn
paid
though.
money,
That's like, yeah, like camera
It's like
movement and shit.
interactive a
Yep.
bit.
yeah, and then they'd be like, I want to see you
Yeah, I
get
bet you
fucked in the
make
ass, and that guy would enter the
crazy
screen,
money.
fuck her in the ass. It was like, what the hell? And she was like, yeah, I was making that much stripping. I make more than that now doing this. It's like, yeah, but stripping seems less objectifying than
Yeah.
Yeah, but she probably got more enjoyment out of that.
she's more enjoyment out of money, to be honest. Like she was very, very materialistic. Like when you're pulling
There
up
you
to
go.
strip club with a Porsche, like here, hold my $10,000 earrings. I gotta go do a dance real quick. Okay.
Okay.
Like these things are really tiny. I didn't even know what to do with them. Not even gonna lie. I was like, I just held them like this the whole time, just out. I was like so afraid of like dropping
Don't want to
them
drop
or
these.
yeah, yeah. Like I don't have 10 grand. Like I'd rather
It
you have
sounds
Oh,
like
given me.
there's a treasure goblin in here.
it sounds like
Once
me
we get
holding
through.
my best friend's wedding ring as the best man at his wedding. Like where we were standing, there was bushes, and I was like, I do not drop this thing in the bush.
Hmm.
Fuck's sake.
You wouldn't be able to find it. Don't
Yeah,
want to lose it.
Yeah, do not trust me
Alright,
with
so
your.
yeah, I saw a treasure goblin up ahead. Here he is. Oh.
yeah. So when I was working up in North Dakota, it was kind of crazy up there. Like there was girls that would like proposition people at the drive-through with McDonald's. Like, hey, you want me to get in your truck, kind of shit. Because it's oil field, and it's North Dakota. You know, it's not like Texas oil
Yeah,
field
and they
where
know you
people just
got
go
money.
on. It's North Dakota, so you made a lot more money, and there weren't any freaking women around. So from what I hear, like,
They made a killing.
you know, they flew strippers into town, and they were making crazy money.
Like yeah, I mean, I get it. I guess like you're spending 5 minutes of your time giving some dude a hand job for $50. It's five
I
minutes.
mean,
And
I
like
got more
the
respect for
girls
my
like
hands.
that, the fucking like oil field bunnies, they just make a fucking bank. Like most of them don't even have sex. They just give
What are
hand
you
jobs and
doing?
blowjobs.
Yeah, there's so many guys with just frivolous money.
Yeah, 'cause you know they just got paid. That's the same thing with construction in Vegas. Like they know they got cash. People just hit them up as soon as they fucking left. And it was everything you could think of. I would drop them off. There's a drug dealer sitting there because they knew a lot of money, drugs. And there'd be girls there.
I would have to do drugs if that was my fucking job. Ugh.
No shit.
What am I doing? Renown. Yeah, just kind of lazily knocking out Renown. Not really,
Talking about Japanese fetish
yeah,
Right?
talk about random things.
porn.
Always passes the time grinding well. Major just like fell asleep.
He was like, I'm getting the fuck out of this conversation.
He gone.
Damn, if my wife hears this conversation, I'm in trouble.
I did construction with a dude that got paid daily. He would get off. I would drop him
Then
off.
get off.
He would jump in his truck that was right there parked at the fucking Home Depot, ready to go.
I only got 1-2
He would,
areas left for renown.
I only got 1-2 areas. What is 1-2 areas?
He's only got 1
or 2?
or 2.
Not 3.
But he said I would. It's like you drop me off. I get my truck. I pick up one of the girls that's right there. They get in the truck. They blow me. I do some drugs. I forget if he was crack or meth, but it was one of the hard
Get a
ones.
blow. I do some blow.
It was crack or meth. It was one of the hard ones, you know. But he was functioning. Like, that was the crazy thing. And he was like, I go home, I, live it out. And then, on weekends, I splurge a little. I go to this club I know. I'll take you sometime. I was like, nope. He's like,
Okay.
they have dealers right there. I do crack. They tie me up and they whip me until I get off.
I'm good.
It's like, yeah, no, thank you.
It's all you, bro.
And he when I told him that story months after, whenever that girl like with me, he's like, that's not with me.
Yeah.
That's pussy shit. Come with me. I was like, no, I'm
No.
not coming with you.
I don't want to.
I was like, I'll try shit once.
Yeah, I tried it.
But once I know it's not my kink, I'll pee on a girl. Turns out, don't like peeing on a girl.
Yeah, just thinking about it, I know that's not my kink.
I didn't think so either.
I
I
mean,
tried it.
if she really wanted me to do it, sure.
I
But it
mean,
ain't gonna be for me.
I like the submissive part of it, I guess. But I was
Yeah, I hear
like,
that.
the whole time I was thinking, I really want to just grab a towel and wipe you down. Like,
Yeah, it's like I don't want to text you now.
I,
That would be my response.
it's like
Like,
when you
okay, I'll
come
take
all
a
over
shower.
a girl. I used to get so guilty, and it'd be like, you come and you just get it all over their face and shit, and I'm immediately like, it's hot for a second, and then you're like, please let me get you a towel. Like, you just have this guilt that washes over you immediately. If you give a fuck about the girl, anyways.
Yep.
Well,
There's a lot of dudes out there that just, they like demeaning them and they don't give a fuck at all. Like the dude's kink that literally chokes a girl out until they're completely unconscious. It's like, that would scare the living fuck out of me. I
Me
would
too.
be such a pussy the
Terrified that
moment
I
you
just
passed
killed
out.
someone.
Yeah, the moment you pass out, I would flip out.
I had a boyfriend that was his kink.
Yeah, the fact that he like sees that through and that he doesn't flip out really concerns me about that guy.
Yep.
Because the moment you
Someone's
would go
gonna kill someone
unconscious,
eventually.
yeah, I would be deathly afraid.
It's only for like a second.
I don't give a fuck. A second of unconsciousness is still like, no.
I only did it a couple times.
Because you're turning blue and like blackish color and then you're just out.
Yeah, I didn't get it, but I was like, alright, I'll try it a couple times.
Because anybody that's intelligent knows what's happening there. We are cutting off the oxygen to your
Oxygen to
Yes.
brain.
brain.
Like, we're literally killing brain cells.
20s, you do some dumb things.
Light choking, I can do.
Yeah, me too. But if
I
I'm
like
if I'm
it.
even close to making someone unconscious, I'm gonna just start feeling awkward and not be able to go through with it personally.
Yeah, plus it's not very sexy if I'm constantly checking on you. Like,
Oh shit.
are you alright?
Yeah.
You good? Can you breathe?
It's like I'm trying to
Not
be
responding.
submissive right
No.
now. Yeah, there's some weird shit out there. I know a dude that used to get electrocuted through his nipples while getting a blowjob.
Oh. What?
Yeah, that's how he got off. He said it was a super intense orgasm. Like, okay.
Maybe.
I mean,
Um,
I'd be more willing to try that than choking someone unconscious.
He said they can turn it way down and it's not too bad if you just want to try it. And I was still like, man, I still don't really want my nipples electrocuted. And he's like, it's no more extreme than the people that like hang themselves while getting off. I'm like,
Like, I ain't doing that
I
either.
don't want to do that.
I
Yeah.
don't.
I mean, to be honest, it sounds way less extreme.
Exactly. Yeah, because you're controlling the. But I guess you build up a tolerance to it, and you just keep going higher and higher and higher. And it's like
What, choking or
I mean, I'd be
electricity.
okay with that.
Electricity?
Yeah,
I've got a
electric.
pretty good tolerance to being shocked. I actually tase myself just to see what it feels like.
Oh, I
So
do
that's
too.
um, so like, I'd be way more willing to try that than choking someone unconscious. But it's still not something I want to do.
I have something called a TENS machine. It's like for my back, and it's basically
Yeah, I know what tense is.
like yeah. I wonder if that guy was using some sort of weird version of that.
No, they do their balls, their nipples.
I'm just wondering if that's the same machine they use.
I don't know if it's just the pain or if it's the actual shocking feeling that they like. But yeah,
I don't know.
he did balls, nipples, basically any sensitive part you can think of. It's freaky.
Yeah, I don't get it.
And I would think that the balls would be so much different than the
Yeah.
nipples.
I would think that would hurt.
Start bringing that to near my balls, and it would be like paint for me.
I don't know. I mean, who knows? If you put it low enough, maybe it's fine. But I still just,
Tickles.
yeah. If it's like that, if it's just like a light, like almost like when you put your tongue on a battery,
Yeah.
But if you don't want,
maybe I'll try it someday.
Now you're like,
I've got
now
the
I got myself
machine
thinking.
in the corner.
Yeah, you know, like those muscle patches that you just put in
I
your
have
hand?
one of those
That's
over
what she's
there.
talking about.
I'll try that, but I'm not doing my balls.
No.
I just
You
feel like it would
you don't
be.
want to do that across your heart.
Oh yeah.
Maybe that's why they do the nipples because it's like right there.
So it's like a dangerous component too.
Ugh. Yeah, I don't even know where I would put it then.
I would suggest like obviously trying it the way it was intended for your back, and see
I feel like I would be distracted. Like I don't like spontaneously have an orgasm. Like I have to be like focused on the task at hand. Like my ADD is good enough that I can go all night long just by like going. Yeah, like not concentrating on what's going on. When you're a kid, you're so focused on not being the guy that like comes in his pants.
Yep. You teach yourself not to be that guy.
Exactly. So you
not
actually,
everybody learns that.
but me, like I have to focus
They
on
didn't
it
try
to
then,
get
I
off.
guess.
No, yeah, I made out with a guy, and our bodies
That
weren't
poor guy.
touching, and he he like got up and stopped, and he's like, oh, like was apologizing, and I didn't get it, and
Huh.
then I realized he had to come in his pants, and there was no rubbing, there was not even like crotchal touching.
Well, I ain't gonna get anything out of this, damn.
I was real confused. It was very confusing.
Yeah. we had a girl in high school that everybody called the head cheerleader because she was a cheerleader that gave head good.
Mhm.
And she
The
kept
poor girl.
telling me that she would blow me if I wanted. And eventually, for some whatever reason, one day after a couple of years, I gave in. And I went to her place and I was like, all right, let's go. She went at it for like 45 minutes, the poor girl. And I couldn't even get hard. I just was not into her at all. He was just not responding. And the next day at school, I was just sitting there kind of yapping to someone or something, and she made a comment like, "Yeah, you can't even get it up." So I was talking, and some girl chimes in from like 5, 10 feet away behind me and goes, "Bullshit! I've seen it.
Didn't
He
have a
gets up
problem with
easy."
me.
Yeah. And I was like, "Oh fuck!" Oh, like, that took a
Cat
turn
fights back
quick.
in the zoo.
Welcome back.
So it's weird. Like I know guys that like can get up to any girl, no matter who the fuck it is.
Yeah, not me. I
But
thought I
like,
used to be interested.
yeah, and
Oh.
that he did not respond at all, and it was the weirdest shit. And it was like I was thinking about it. That was the weird thing. I got in my head after like 10 minutes. I was like, wow, like he's really just not gonna do anything. Started
Says,
like
bro.
I started thinking about girls that I was super attracted to and things, and nothing worked. And I felt horrible. Like,
Whatever. She deserves it, probably.
well, I mean,
There's a little
after,
Yeah, you don't
humility.
want to make someone feel bad though.
No,
yeah,
I
exactly. I
know.
felt bad. Like I was just like, because it just seemed insulting that I wasn't responding at all to her.
You're like, we're supposed to be good at this.
Right?
Yeah, and that was what she was proud of, is that she could get a man off really quick and stuff. And she had heard that I could get a girl off really quickly, so she thought, if I can do it to you, you're gonna do it to me. And yeah, she tried for 45 minutes, couldn't do it. I got her off in 2 minutes with my finger and left. I was like, I'm gone.
I held up mine with a burner.
Yeah, I was like, in my eyes, I was like, I win. But
Yeah.
I win.
yeah, that was just the
Yeah,
way I
seriously.
saw it. It was just like
Yeah, fine.
it was a competition, I guess, in my head, and that's probably part of the reason I couldn't.
I can see that.
Yeah, 'cause she was like, I can get any dude off in a couple minutes or less, and I was like, well, I can do the same.
Gary's the only girl that's ever gotten me off the board yet. To be honest, it's not my favorite thing. I
Yeah,
can catch
it's
it,
just,
but I like other stuff better.
anal for the win.
Yeah, I didn't like it before him.
Oh, anal?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is dudes are just like jamming in and
Yeah, you gotta.
pounding.
No, I had guys that were like,
Gentle.
directed me to touch myself and tried to get into it and stuff. And
But they didn't train you to enjoy it. That's the problem. Like, if you're not enjoying it, then one person is having fun.
yeah, pretty much.
I'm personally not interested in doing something that my partner's not enjoying.
Exactly. Like,
Like for me, the best part of sex is partner enjoyment. I won't have response.
Yeah, that is desperate.
Otherwise,
really
I'm doing
good.
something fucking wrong, and you gotta talk about it.
Oh, I've had those conversations before. But I'm really open and like blunt and self-deprecating. So like,
Hey, if you need me to change something, let me know.
I've had girls that like go into like fucking around with me, thinking, oh, he's gonna come in 2 seconds and has a 4-inch dick, and it's like, you really didn't get anything, did you? Like everything goes over your
You
head.
didn't understand the sarcasm.
I think we
To be
figured
honest, that's the
everything.
only reason I fuck with you, like, and play along with the, you know, damn, she must have a tiny mouth kind of stuff, because I know you're
Oh,
joking, being
it's
self-deprecating.
it's
Like,
like, come on,
duh.
man, chill.
Like, guys that have, you know, guys that go around and say, oh yeah, I got a big dick, generally not the ones that do. Guys that can say, I got a tiny pee-pee, are the ones that are secure with themselves.
Yeah, I don't have like a 10-inch fucking penis, but I'm fine there.
But you're happy with yourself, so who cares?
Yeah, I'm good. I wouldn't want you to. Yeah,
Yeah,
shit hurts.
from what I've heard, like, most girls are like, any bigger, it hurt.
I've heard it both ways. Like, I've heard the girls that like, I want the Titanic. I don't want the motion in the ocean.
I've heard girls talk about that, but I've never been with a girl that actually said that.
It's usually black girls, actually.
That's understandable. That guy's got, you know, Titanic, all of them, every single one. Major fans like, damn it.
Yeah, but you've met a girl that like
He's
I've
like, I got
met
fucked.
black girls that I fucked around with that they wanted like 12 plus inches. It's like
Well,
you ain't getting it
they've
from
never
me.
had it then.
No, they've had it. Like I knew her ex and he had like 16 inches. It was a fucking monster.
Good God.
He used to like he would wear sweatpants because he just didn't have a choice. Like it's like, dude, it's 98 degrees. He's like, yeah, but if I wear shorts, it's hanging out the fucking bottom.
That does happen. It's very rare, but it does happen.
No. And he was
And
not proud of
it's
it
not
at
all going
all.
in, though. Well, yeah, no, because it sucks. He's never stuck his whole dick in, ever. Guaranteed.
Right?
Oh no, he plowed that girl. She
That
took it
doesn't mean you
all.
fit all of it in there. I highly doubt that.
But he broke her for any other man.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Like like I didn't even put it in. Like she looked at it, she was like, yeah, I'm not gonna feel that. And I was like, all right.
God damn.
Yep.
Most girls don't want that.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, I don't think you realize you're the anomaly here, not me.
Especially since the majority of women find action clitoral stimulation, not vaginal penetration.
You? Yeah, I've gotten no complaints. Still got her off, but
Just not
once
with
she
ones
made
you
that
really
comment, I did not. Yeah, there was no penetration. I was like,
all right, I get it. You're the hallway, I'm the hot dog. Okay.
I was like, all right, let me see that bean.
Because these fingers mean. Yeah. I always joke around with girls say, how'd you learn to do that with your fingers in like video games?
Right? I can make it vibrate. Like you have
Yep.
no idea. Like
Video games.
a gamer can finger you. No doubt about it. Like they will make that finger vibrate.
It always gets a laugh too. Like a little laugh, a chuckle, and a smile.
Yeah, I was cocky as fuck with that. Like, I will get you off of my fingers. Oh, okay, buddy. I've never gotten off by somebody fingering me. Yeah, okay.
Oh, you will today.
Well, I will. One girl said I was cheating.
Cheating?
Yeah, she thought I had one of those, she,
Oh,
Like
little
pictures on your
finger
fingers or
things
something.
on?
yeah, she said there was some kind of rubber thing that you can buy for your finger that goes over it and vibrates.
Yeah, that is true.
She thought I had one
I've
of
seen
those
them
on.
Huh.
online.
And she was like,
I've
you're
got,
fucking
I've got a,
cheating.
I've got a bump stock on my finger.
Yeah, what the hell is this shit? I was like, I'm not cheating, look. No, she was a cocky bitch though. She's like, you can't make me. It doesn't matter. I was like, I'll tell you what. You have to commit to 30 minutes no matter what. I don't care if you go 1 or 10 times. 10 minutes in, she was 4 done. 4 times. Sore
Said
as fuck.
stop.
Yeah, and she's like, you're fucking cheating. Stop. That was like her excuse to get me to stop after 4. Usually after 2, a girl's like, nope, it hurts too bad. Leave me alone.
Too sensitive.
Get away from me.
Yeah.
But I don't wanna.
Hell no. I was
Come back in 10 minutes.
proud of it. And that's why that
Oh
fucking...
no, I understand. Me too.
That's why the head cheerleader wanted to do that exchange ring. But I guess I just... The only thing I can think is that I thought of it. She was gorgeous. I mean, she was a cheerleader. She was a good-looking girl. I just wasn't into it. I guess I just saw it as a game, like a contest, if I think back, to be honest. I'm good at analyzing myself. Like, I'll be like, yeah, that makes sense.
That's true. You do want to win, like, no matter what.
Yeah, so I probably saw it as a contest at that point, and that's why I just did not respond. But it was funny hearing that girl pipe up behind me like, no, we can get it up.
There's this girl that grew up, I'll say with, like we went to school together, and she was, unfortunately, sad for her, known as like the hoe of the high school.
There's always one.
So many. Do what?
There's always one, at least.
Yeah. Like so many guys that had been with her, and some of the guys like were guys that I was like, damn, he's fucking dirty. So I was like, there's no way I'm touching her with someone else's pole, kind of shit.
Yeah.
And I was at a party, and I met this chick that I'd never met before. She was in town from Mexico. She was white, but she was born and raised in Mexico. And she had sexy ass fucking voice. We were making out. She wanted to come home with me. Her friend was all jealous. Her friend was that girl. And so, like, she was like, can my friend come too? And I was like, she can sleep on the couch. And knowing that might ruin it, and unfortunately it did, but I was like, nope.
I had a buddy ask me to get his girlfriend off because she had never had an orgasm.
Oh, that's sad.
I went and did it. Fucking
Yeah,
got
that was
caught
it.
by her parents.
Oh. Well,
And the dad goes and takes her and is like, you know, yelling at her all that and talking to her about why that was wrong. And she got off. But her mom is sitting there like, did you really get her off? I was like, yeah.
Aww.
And she's like, I'm 43. I've never had an orgasm
Please.
either. I was like, 43? Are you kidding me? Touch yourself. And she's like, no, real women don't do that. And I was like, give me 2 minutes.
Real women do.
Please, give me 2 minutes. And she's like, that's disgusting. And I was like, just give me 2 minutes. That's all I'm asking. 2 minutes, you can call the cops. I'll go to jail. But if I get you off, you can't ever tell anyone about this. Yep, got her off. And she screamed. And I ran. Yeah, she started screaming. I knew the dude was going to hear me. He was a big motherfucker. I'm like 15. I was out. I bolted. Jumped out the fucking window, 2 stories. Thought I broke my fucking leg when I landed. You know that shocking feeling when you like land wrong and it just shocks up your whole body? Oh, I went limping away from that. I'm giggling in my head, you know? Like, because I just made this fucking 40-some-year-old woman scream, and you know the guy came running and figured it out immediately.
Yep.
And in his head, I just not only got his daughter off, but his wife.
Oh.
It was hilarious to me.
That had to be a rough day for that man's ego.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a small town, and I just got that reputation. And it was just being a gamer. Like, any gamer can do it. Any of us can vibrate our fingers.
Mash a button.
Yeah. And we know how to work a joystick. We know when to be gentle. Yeah.
When to apply pressure, when to rotate, when to hit one side.
Yeah, it's just amazing to me that, like, and I'm telling you, like, if you go to Ohio in that small town right now, maybe 1 in every 10 girls has had an orgasm. It's crazy to even think about.
Sad.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Like, they're so old school there. They don't touch themselves. It's like, ugh. Grow the fuck up. Jesus. I came from Florida. Everybody's crazy. They will
Yeah.
masturbate in their car while waiting for the bus. I don't give a fuck.
That's funny because my dad says that he lost his virginity in the bushes waiting for the bus.
Yeah, like, gotta kill that time somehow. Like,
Yeah. Well, I lost mine on the side of the road, so it's not much different.
yeah, I don't remember how I lost my virginity. I
Hey,
raised my three sisters, so it was like I was obsessed with doing everything but sex.
Oh
gotcha.
yeah.
So I just don't remember who it was. I could
Mine was
guess.
only butt sex at that time.
No, I didn't even really do anal. It was like I just wanted
Yeah,
to
that
get
joke
her
was just
off.
there, so I took it. Understood.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm
I
trying.
wasn't confident enough in anal as a teenager to like not hurt them. I was probably in my 20s before I really got that to the point where it's like I can make you enjoy this. Give me time.
Your jumping out the window story made me think of the girl I lost my virginity to. We were actually like in her bedroom at a later point. Her dad was the fire chief in the town that I grew up in, and he was at work and mom was at work. I rode my bike over to her house, and I guess I was stupid in retrospect. Just parked my bike in their yard, in their driveway actually, and yeah, her dad came home early while we were going at it in her bedroom, and we heard him pull up, and she was like, heard him come in the front door, and she was like, jump out the window. And I looked out the window, and there's fucking rose bushes down there. I'm like, fuck that shit. I'm like, he knows I'm here anyways. He's parked against my bike, you know.
Right.
And she was like, hide in the closet. I'm like, really? Okay. And so like, I sat in her closet, and she threw some clothes on me, everything but my head. I'm like, this is dumb. He's gonna find me. And sure enough, she barges in. He's like, where is he? And she's like, where's who? She's like, Kyle, I see his bike. And he like rips the closet door open, and I'm sitting there, and I just like put my hand up and waved at him, and just like kind of like a shit eating like shit you caught me, like kind of look
Yeah.
on my face, and he's like points at me, he's like, you get the fuck out of my house. I'm like, all right. My fucking ballsy ass stood up, kissed her, and was like, see you at school.
Oh, damn. Yeah, our stories are always very similar. It's great. I had a girl that her parents were so strict she was never allowed to go anywhere. Anywhere. Didn't matter what you said. Wasn't allowed to go to dances, wasn't allowed to go hang out, wasn't allowed to go to friends' houses. And I just went to her house one day, figured out where she lived, waited for her parents to be away, and it was a blizzard. Like snow probably went up to almost my knee. Like it was a lot of snow just coming down nonstop.
Gotcha.
Fucking parents came home early. She's in the attic. That's where her room is. They have a two-story house, an attic. I am like, oh fuck. Open the window. Because I back then cell phones were like really rare.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
So I like had to use her phone, call my stepdad. I was like, hey, the parents just pulled in. I need you to come back and get me. He's like, all right. So I hang up the phone, jump out the window, catch this little like pipe on the way down so that way I don't break my fucking legs, and then fall. I'm freezing my ass off in the snow. My dumbass stepdad drives past me because he couldn't see me and all the snow coming down, pulls into the driveway of that house and sits there. I'm just standing there like
I'm
not
here to
even
pick up
knowing
my
what to do.
son.
He comes up, knocks on the fucking window.
Oh.
Stepdad rolls down the window. He's like, can I help you? And he goes, I'm here to pick up my stepson. I was like, oh fuck. I'm,
Your step what?
yeah, awkward as fuck. He finally figures it out, pulls out, and like finds me at the end of the road. And that girl was fucked. Like they moved away. Never
God
saw her
damn.
again. They were super strict assholes. But are we done with this dungeon?
Yeah, we are.
Dude,
That's not even the
probably.
worst story though. I fucking fucked around and fingered the pastor's daughter in church. And
It's always the daughters of,
oh, the
clergy.
freaks! They are freaks.
Yep.
Freaks. She was
Can
the
you blame them?
biggest freak I'd ever met. She was like 14.
All that repression.
Oh my god! Like she was
That's why, like, I
down
don't
for
understand
anything.
with, like, teaching abstinence. You know what that's gonna lead to, right?
Rebellion.
Curiosity.
But
You gotta
she
inform people.
intentionally made noise. I fucking know she did.
Yeah, she wanted her dad to know.
And the pastor was in the middle of a sermon, and he caught it. He caught just enough of the sound.
You were in the middle of a woman.
And he sent these fucking, I don't know what they're called, like pallbearers? I don't know what the fuck they're called.
Oh, fuck, I can't remember
Pallbearers are
now.
at a funeral.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, I just heard him from the other room, because we're on the other side of the wall, like behind him. And
they
he,
carry the shit in the church, like during the
Like
procession.
yeah, they like
the
pass out the
incense and
plate,
whatnot. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
all that kind of shit. Big fucking dudes. He goes, you four, go find where she's at and get that son of a bitch and bring him to me. Like mid-sermon. It was the worst game of hide and go seek I've ever played in my life. Because I didn't want them to find out it was me, so they couldn't see me. It was AIDS. I was scared for my fucking life there. The fucking church is in the middle of nowhere. The closest place that I could have ran to was 2-3 miles down the road, and it was an Amish farm. So I just had to manage to hide out, make sure nobody saw me. I knew she wasn't gonna like say it was me, but she also looked at it as hilarious. She wanted
Yeah,
to be
because she's
caught.
not the one in danger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was so fucking. I was scared for my life. But I did that all the time.
Dude,
Church
the
to pick up girls.
the move away thing reminded me of this story. These two girls, Fiona and Rosa. Chris and I knew them because Rosa lived in this neighborhood. Fiona was her friend, and they were both pretty hot, especially Rosa. But anyways, we've been hanging out with them and messing with them all day, and they came back to Chris's house, and the four of us were up in his bedroom making out, like under the covers, playing with each other.
In the
And
same
there's a
bed?
knock at the door. No, they were on the bed, and then Fiona and I were on the floor.
Oh, okay.
And there's like a knock on his door downstairs, no big deal, whatever, right? Well, his younger brother's down there, and for some reason, opened the door and let him in. And next thing you know, there's like stomping up the stairs. Chris's bedroom door flies open. It's Rose's dad, and somehow he
Whoa.
figured out that she was at Chris's house.
Oh my
And
god.
yeah, dude, it was almost war in Chris's bedroom. But yeah, he grabbed the two girls and they split. And him and Rosa and their family moved like 2 weeks later.
It's just
So
nuts.
yeah, your move story kind of reminded me of that.
Yeah, no doubt. There were so many times that I look back and I think that like I could have been murdered by the
A
parents.
father. Yeah.
Yeah. Like one guy lived out in the middle of nowhere, built this log house with his bare hands. It was the most
Hold on.
beautiful house.
One last thing. Fucking Chris and I were like, "What the fuck, Brian?"
Right? I would blame the dude that opened the fucking door.
That was his brother Brian. That's why
No
we're like, "What
warning?
the fuck, Brian?" Yeah, he was like, "Dude, he just fucking came in." Brian was like 3 years younger than us, but anyways, go ahead. He built this beautiful log cabin.
Yeah, with his bare hands. It's the most beautiful house I've ever seen. There's like an open on the inside, you know what I mean? Like you could see the
Like
upstairs
cathedral
from there.
ceilings.
Beams and
Cathedral,
everything.
yeah, it was just
Yeah,
gorgeous.
nice.
Like it was, you could tell it was his baby, and he
Bitch
like
to
worked.
heat, but beautiful.
But it was one of those houses where he had to go get water,
Oh
Oh.
man.
so he had like this giant water tank on the back of one of his trucks, and he would just go get water.
Was this an Amish dude or?
No, he was just like a
Okay.
normal dude, but
I
he
was just
did
wondering because of where you
construction.
grew up.
But like, once again, we're in the middle of nowhere, log cabin. He's got to go get water and stuff, and I would sneak over there and stay the night. He didn't know I was staying the night.
Oh.
And I would just have to manage to be quiet with these two girls who were in the same room, messing around with both of them, sisters. And I just think
something I
back
never
and
did.
think he would have buried me.
Yeah. Yep. Nobody that ever knew what happened to you except for the daughters.
Yeah, I'm a cocky dude, but like he was a big construction worker, and I
And
was
you
like,
were a kid.
yeah, I was like 14. Like I was big for my age, 6'2", but like he could have easily just shot me in the fucking head and buried me. Like
Yep.
nobody would ever fucking found me. Like nobody knew where I was at. I wasn't like bragging that I was staying at these girls' houses for days at a time.
Dude, fuck. Chris was dating this girl, and her dad was a cop. And, anyways, like, he wanted his daughter to be freed. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like he tolerated Chris, but like they weren't allowed to be in her room, stuff like that. Well, anyways, we were like 17 at the time, I think. Chris ran away from home, and he decided that he was going to stay at her house. And the way he was doing this was she had one of those big AC return vents in her wall, and he would pull that vent off and like crawl in there with a pillow and like sleep in the fucking
The
duct.
fuck?
Yeah.
I've heard shit
Like
like
the
that.
just the duct for the AC? You know
Yeah.
how
Yeah,
fucking
dude.
dangerous that is?
I do.
How much did he weigh?
But probably like 120 pounds at that point.
Holy
130
shit.
maybe.
That kid is lucky as hell. I did AC work
Yeah.
for a living. That is like dangerous as
I
fuck.
know, right? But he woke up with a gun in his face.
Oh.
Now, not her dad, but her dad caught wind that he had run away, figured out that he was there, called his buddies at the police force, and had them come arrest Chris and pull him out of there at gunpoint.
And there's
Yep.
no running because you're in a fucking duct.
Exactly. There's absolutely nowhere for him to go. He just woke up with nowhere to go except for the direction of the police officer, the dude that was holding the gun in his face.
Oh god, that's scary as shit.
Yeah. I was like, you know, you fucked up when you woke up in a fucking AC duct with a gun in your face.
With off-duty police officers? Holy shit. Like, yeah, that would flip me the fuck out.
Yeah. Yeah, I love Chris, but he ain't always the brightest.
Yeah, I got a girl off on a Ferris wheel once, and we were stopped at the top, and I just heard a dude yell from the bottom, "You wait till you get down here, cocksucker. I'll show you for touching my daughter." Fuck! I felt the greatest fear, and I knew the dude that was operating the fucking Ferris wheel, so he would stop it, like every
Jump
single
out while
cart,
it was a little bit high.
and he gave me like 10 minutes just to like prepare in my head. And like we finally got down there, the dude's waiting at the gate. I jump out the other way and book it, jump 3
Yep.
fences, and just took off. Man, I
Gotta
spent
go.
so much to get into that goddamn fair. Like,
Yeah, I bet.
and I
Gotta
had to
go.
bail. Yeah, and it was like I was maybe there for an hour before I got her off. It was like, oh, dude, like I when I went to the fair, I stayed there
You
all
got your
day.
carnival
Yeah.
ride.
Like 15-20 bucks was a lot for me. Like at that time.
Yeah, but you had your carnival ride.
Well, it wasn't for me. I wasn't into the chick.
I
She
know.
just asked me to get her off. Like we didn't make out or anything.
I don't know. I still always have fun doing that.
I was laughing when I got away until I was like, well, now I'm out and there's no way to get back into the fair without. Like I
You
didn't
didn't
have
have a
time
stamp
to
on your
stop
hand or
and get a
anything?
fucking stamp on the. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I didn't have time to like go out the actual
Oh, they
exit and
stamp
get a
us on the
stamp.
way in.
Yeah.
Like around here, when you go to the fair, you get the stamp like when you pay.
Uh,
Yeah.
back then they stamped you when you went in, and then you got a stamp on the way out that gave you time to go to like your car or wherever you need to go, and you were allowed to come back.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, you see, the places around here actually had to smarten up and start using different stamps for different days because they were so dumb for a while that you could go to the fair once and then use it for like a week.
Yeah, I ain't washing this hand.
Yup.
Yeah, that was the
Nah,
same way here
seriously.
when I was a kid too. Yeah, I used to get in like just I would like put what is it called the shit
Sharpie?
when you're injured the like gauze or whatever. I'll
Yeah,
put it over the stamp to keep it good.
so that it would stay fresh.
Yeah, we had the same thing
What you
here
should do
where
is
they
you
just
just
started
paint over
switching
it
it
with
up.
clear nail polish.
It was like different colors, and we were trying to figure out how to change the color whenever they switched the colors.
Hmm?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That shit was funny. But yeah, I spent the whole day at the fair. Like, time it opened till they kicked me the fuck out.
Dude, one of my funniest memories from going to the fair was I think we were like 13 or 14, and there was this dude Carlos Lopez and another guy Matt Myers, and they had serious beef. And I didn't like Carlos. Him and I got in a fight one year and whooped his ass. He was a fucking bitch. Then he jumped me in the bathroom with some other people trying to get his revenge, and he got his ass whooped again.
Hmm?
But anyways, he fucked Matt's girlfriend, and or something like that. Said some shit about her. I forget what it was, but anyways, Matt was like, "I'm gonna kill that motherfucker when I see him," kind of shit. And Chris, Matt, and I are walking along at the fair, and we see Carlos like, I don't know, 30, 40 meters up, and Matt's like, "Chris, Kyle, go distract him." And we don't even know what Matt's thinking. We're like, okay. And so we go up and we like walk past him, start talking to him, and kind of like shit talking to him, you know. And he shit talking back. And out of nowhere, you see freaking Matt like appear above him. He had like run up on him and jumped and just fucking cracked him in the back of the head as hard as he could. Fucking Carlos went flying between Chris and I and like skid across the ground. Matt hit him so hard that Carlos had some Oakleys on, and they snapped in half at the bridge of the nose.
Damn.
And he picked one of them up and like put him on one side of his face and like was like walking over top of him going, "Cyclops, bitch!" I'll never forget that shit.
Yeah, I don't think I ever
Dick
got
move,
to
but
a
it was funny as
fair
shit.
season without a fight.
Yeah,
It's just
it's a
inevitable.
place where people that don't like each other tend to run into each other because everyone goes.
Like, I'd even like try to avoid people because I always had fucking like days over my head from probation.
Got you.
It's like, yeah. I remember getting cornered at the fucking bowling alley. My PO was literally there. And it was just like a hangout spot because there's nothing to do in Ohio. And all the kids would just hang out there. They didn't actually bowl. Because they would, you know, fog up the
It's
whole
a meet-up
thing,
spot.
turn off the lights, and play music all night. So we would just meet up and hang out, eat and drink and chill. It was basically like a nightclub, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Because they would
Kids.
fog it up, turn all the lights off, and have a bunch of lights going on for music. But
That's what's
anyways,
up.
my PO was there, and I had 380 some days over my head.
Oh man.
And these kids knew that, and they knew my PO was there. And they talked to my PO and said, "We're gonna fuck him up." Like, and the PO's like, "Well, if he fights back, let me know."
Oh, that's some bullshit.
And the kids
That's some fucking
literally wait
bullshit.
till I go outside to do cough medicine. I down the cough medicine, and they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna fuck you up because that." It was actually because of that girl that lived in the log cabin. She said that I hurt her
Oh.
because I did a pressure point on her to show her, like I grabbed her leg like this,
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
and they took that as I beat her. And I was like, "Dude, I didn't do anything. Like, you're not sending them. Like, I wouldn't hurt her." And like, so I saw their side of it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, two of them
They
jumped
thought they
me,
were doing the right thing.
and they just started swinging. Well, it was one at first, and he started swinging and swinging and swinging, and I hear his buddy from the background go like, "Well, if he ain't gonna fight back, I'm jumping in too." And I was a boxer, so it was just, they weren't landing anything. Like, I was just knocking everything away nonstop, and one of them comes up behind me and trips me, and then they're like, I'm still defending, but I'm on the ground at that point, and I'm not allowed to hit him. I'm not allowed to do anything. PO's literally outside at that point watching.
Oh, what a piece of
What a
shit.
sack of shit.
Yeah,
That's
just
Jesus.
waiting on me to just touch him. And so that goes on for like 10, 15 minutes. And the kid's saying, "Who's your daddy? Say I'm your daddy." Oh, what the fuck are you talking about? That is the sickest shit
He
ever
does
that
Be
you
like,
want
I'm
that.
another
your daddy.
dude. Why do you want another dude to call you daddy? And then everybody around
Right?
that's gathered at that point is laughing. And that pissed them off more, so they're just like trying to like kick me and shit.
What a retard.
And
I
like
mean,
all of a
dumb
sudden out
person.
of nowhere, these hicks pull up. Fucking truck with Confederate flag and all that. Jump out and they're like, "What are you doing with that boy right there?" Get the fuck off him. You want it to be a fair fight? And like four hicks jump out of the back of the truck. I don't even know who the fuck they are.
Good for them.
And they're like, you want to scrap? Let's
Reinforcements have
scrap.
arrived.
And yeah, the kids are like, nah, never mind. And you go back inside the bowling alley. And I get up and I go back in there. Not a mark on my face. I mean, yeah, you know, my arms are busted up from defending. So there's some bruises and shit. And my PO just looks at me and goes, not bad, kid. I'm surprised you held your temper. And I was like, yeah, well, thanks a lot. That was fucking awesome. And he's like, you want to know a secret? And I was like, what? I'll give you one right now in the bowling alley. Pick one. You get one hit. Knocked one right the fuck out.
Nice. It
Walked
wasn't
up
so
to
bad
him.
after all, I guess.
Yeah, he's like, I'll give you one for just restraining yourself. And I just tapped on his shoulder. He turned around. I was like, do you see my face? He's like, yeah. And I was like, do you see a mark? He's like, no, but look at your arms. And I was like, yeah.
Oh, my
Guess what?
arms.
It's your turn. And he's like, what do you mean? I was like, you better defend yourself. I gave him fair warning.
Well, that was nice of you.
And he just like, he put his hands up, but like here, like at his nipples, you know, balling a fist.
Not protecting his face.
Oh, I fucking clocked him. Like, dead square in the nose. But yeah, I probably broke a finger there when I did that. Not gonna lie. I just never went to the hospital for those type of things.
Yeah.
It's funny that you talking about just deflecting stuff now. Granted, the story I'm about to tell is with my mother, because she always tries to like jab me in the stomach and like tickle me, and I
Yeah.
just from martial arts I have a reaction of whenever an arm comes at me to like bat it away. You know what I mean? Like knife hand chop it,
Yep.
like push it away somehow. And she's old and frail at this point, and like every time it happens, you know, like she doesn't hit me, and I bat her hand out of the way, and she's like, "Ow!" And I'm like, "Stop doing that! One of these days,
Right.
I'm gonna break your fucking arm." I'm like, it's a reaction.
Yeah, or you do the reactive balance thing where you just like use their fucking weight against them.
Oh,
If she's moving towards you to do that and you just,
Just pull.
yeah, accidentally pull her arm out of reaction, she's gonna lose her balance and just
Yeah.
gone.
So
I had that
yeah, I've
happen with
told
my
her like several
grandmother.
times, like, please stop. Do you have any idea how bad I'm gonna feel if I break your fucking arm?
Yeah, I did that with my grandmother, sadly.
Man,
She just came out of nowhere and I was just woken up. And she thought it would be fun to surprise me and just, I don't know what she was trying to do, but her arm came in out of nowhere, didn't even really see her, just reacted and just
it was just an
yanked it
arm.
past me, you
Yeah,
know? And I caught her, like just, it snapped it into
that's
what
good
was
at
going
least.
on, like right at the last second before like she fell from the trip. Because that's just
there's
the reaction
a
you have.
invoker back here
Okay.
that
But yeah, it scared the fuck out of me. Like after that, my heart was pounding, and like I was just like freaking out. Like, what is fucking wrong with you? Like,
He almost threw my frail ass
Aw.
grandmother on the floor.
yeah, like I could have seriously fucking hurt you. It's not funny at all. And then she called me voodoo Chinese Mexican motherfucker after that. I was like, what the hell you call? What the hell does that mean? Voodoo Chinese Mexican motherfucker.
Like, first off, voodoo is like, you know, like Jamaican, Caribbean kind of stuff.
yeah.
And, China, I don't know if he looked at a globe, but it's on the opposite side of the world and in a different hemisphere. Um,
I told her, I was like, that's just basic self-defense these days, and like you're lucky I didn't take judo or something.
Right.
Because those fuckers, when they react, you're usually getting thrown.
the nice thing about that is like a lot of it is like over the hip, and by that time you know what you have a hold of.
Oh, I barely like I was so lucky being just woken up that I reacted like that. Oh, I just got goosebumps thinking about it. I love that woman. That would have sucked.
Oh, baby.
Right? Look at that.
Oh.
That would
Yeah.
have sucked. I
Yeah,
can
that was
only imagine
scary.
like breaking your grandmother's hip because that's like a death sentence at that age a lot of times.
Yeah, she was already dealing with lung cancer and all that bullshit. But she was like, she was wiry, you know. She's from that generation. It's just, she would try to wrestle me and shit.
Dude, when I was 16, my mom and I moved from Virginia to Colorado, and when I was saying bye to my grandma, who I thought was in decent health, um, like she broke down crying. Actually, I guess I was 17 because I moved back the next year when I was 18. Um, she broke down crying, and I was like, "What's wrong, Grandma?" And she was like, "This is the last time I'm ever going to see you." And I was like, "No, I'm
Oh.
coming back next year." And she died like 2 weeks later.
Yeah, I had the same thing. I went to Vegas to work. Turns out I was the only thing driving her to,
Stay.
yeah, people didn't visit her enough, so she just was gone pretty quick apparently. Nobody told me either. That was the fucked up part. Like they knew it fucked me up, so they just didn't tell me. So
Yeah, my
I
dad
was used to
wasn't gonna tell
checking
me
in on
either.
her. So I would call, but I was really busy for like 2 weeks, so I didn't call in 2 weeks. And I go to call her house, nobody answers. I was like, okay, maybe she's out. Another week passes, really busy building the casino. Fucking call her again, nobody answers. And then I got worried, so I called again the next day, and then like 5 times that day. And then my cousin picks up the phone. And I was like, oh, hey, your grandma's, blah, blah, blah. He's like, yeah, we're packing up shit. And I was like,
Oh.
what are you talking about? Packing up shit. And he just like broke down. Like, you didn't know. Fuck. And he didn't know that I didn't know. Yeah. I fucking immediately went to Walmart, got a case of water, threw it in the back of my Isuzu Rodeo, put a couple cases of beer in the back, fucking big ass bag of weed, drove out to the middle of the desert, and just disappeared for a week. And you know what? I had like no food that whole week.
Yeah. Fucking grief can just.
Oh, I broke down. I love that woman.
Yeah, do some crazy shit.
I still have not been to her house. I haven't been to her grave. I am 20 years denial now. Can't do it. Can't deal with that one.
It's crazy, but it does appear that when you get older, like you kind of can decide when it's your time. You can
Yeah.
decide to keep living, or you can decide that I've been here long enough.
Well, especially if there's like an underlying condition.
It's just weird that they can just hit that switch though. Like
Yeah,
Yep.
it is.
here
Or
one
like
day, gone.
one of their partners, like their husband will die, and then you hear about the person dying like a week later.
Exactly. It's just like, and it's not from suicide or anything. It's just
No,
they're just done.
not even from like. It's not
They're just
even
following.
they stopped eating. It's just their
The will to
the
live's
will
just no
to
longer
live.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I used to go there every day. I got her a computer. She swore she would never touch technology. You know, on dial-up, back when Texas Hold'em was big on TV. I downloaded one of those Texas Hold'em apps from back in the day, and she finally got the hang of it after probably months of teaching her how to use it and just bring up the program. You know, just double click here. What's a click?
Right.
You know, get her to use the mouse. She finally got the hang out of it in months, and even she would even type to people in the chat, like you know, with one finger. Like she learned that
Yeah,
GH
hunting.
meant good hand, and things like that. NN meant nice nil whenever she was playing euchre.
That's it.
But apparently that wasn't enough, you know. Fucking assholes don't go visit her. You got to pester old people. Like
Yep.
I was a dick to her
The
just
number
like anyone
one
else.
The number one form of elder abuse is neglect.
Yeah, what
Yeah.
the fuck? Like, I was so angry at everyone after that. Like, I don't involve myself with my family very much. It's like, I just keep my space. You want to talk to me? Talk to me. I'll do anything for you, but
But you gotta come to me.
yeah, because like after that shit, like if you don't bother to go pay attention to the most important part of your family, that's fucked up. Never forgiven my family for that one. They don't know it, but
But you do.
yeah. She was not done living. She could have gone several years. My dad's adopted, so I only got that side of the family too, so very much there.
Yeah.
Sucks.
I got
Yeah,
no
I basically
grandparents left, couple uncles, couple aunts, that's it.
I don't have
only had my dad.
parents, grandparents, nothing.
Fuck. I'm glad I still got my parents. I didn't have
Right?
grandparents from a rather young age, other than my grandma, because my granddad on my dad's side um, passed away when I was like 7, so I barely knew him. And then, my grandma on that side, I loved her very much so. But my grandfather on my mom's side, like disappeared when she was 10.
Yeah?
Just like moved cross country, started another family kind of shit.
Oh.
Um, and my grandmother on that side was institutionalized mentally on and off my entire life. Like she drove by in a car and winged a fucking glass Coke bottle at my head when I was 4. Um,
Damn.
yeah, so like I didn't really ever consider her a grandparent.
Yeah. That generation, though. My fucking in-law, like my father-in-law was, he's just quiet, like he comes from that type of stock where he's just quiet and reserved, but like, he's into hunting and all that, and if you get him talking, you can manage to pry some stuff out of him. And he did not talk to his dad. He lived almost directly across the street. And his dad was old, like old. And when he talked about his dad, he loved him, but some stupid ass fight or something, like
Neither of them could let it go.
yeah, they both got stubborn and like they barely ever talked. Like he would come
That's a
over for
shame.
Christmas, visit, and all that. And like he asked me something about my like who I was closest to or something one day, and I was hammered, and I started tearing up, talking about my grandmother and what had happened and shit. And he goes like, he was drunk too, and he started tearing up about his dad. And I was like, you gotta realize like
Yeah.
he could go any day, and you at some point just got to be the bigger man and suck it up and go over there. And he's a different generation. He's stubborn. He ain't
Yeah.
gonna come to you. You just got to go over there and pester him if you want to like have any memories of him. And I was like, when was the last time you actually like went to his house and really talked to him and
Made
spent
an
time with him?
effort.
And he's like, years. And I was like, dude, he's right across the road.
Makes
Like,
you conservative.
just
Right?
go. And like for some reason it stuck with him. Like I talked to him a couple weeks later, went over there to have a couple of beers with him, and yeah, he started like going over there, talking to the dude. His dad started coming over all the time. I'd sit there and play euchre with the old man. He was an old Navy vet that like, was just from a different era, like,
Yeah.
but really friendly, a good guy. And like I went over and like installed a DVD player for him because he didn't understand the electronics. This dude had like the best porn collection. Like this old ass 80-some-year-old man. Like he's like, you're a dude, you get it. I heard you're like you're deep, is what he said. I want to watch these. He just brings out this stack of porn DVDs that he got from somewhere,
That's funny.
all unopened. So I hook up his DVD player to his TV and shit, and talk to him for a bit. And it turns out they were fighting because he didn't think that women should be working, and his wife was working, and that's what they fought about years and years ago. I was like, really? Like, and I explained to the old guy, I was like, dude, times are different. Like, she makes really good money. She works at a fucking lab that tests perfumes and shit on animals. And she makes a killing doing it. Like, she's basically like a doctor. He's like, oh, I've seen girls on doctor shows. Yeah. I was like, yeah, exactly. So, like, it's not like she's out, like, laying bricks in 100-degree weather. Like,
And even if she was, that's her choice. If she wants to.
oh, I didn't take it that far. You know?
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah. I was being careful, but, like,
You were
trying to make him
bring him over
understand.
to your side. I get
Yeah.
it.
Trying to be the mediator.
Kids' gloves.
And yeah, they like, but anyways, fast forward, they actually like saw each other every other week or every week, and the old guy like all of a sudden got a will to live and like went and got an old girlfriend.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was like so proud that he like got a girlfriend and shit, and that they were just like in each other's lives all of a sudden. He died, but like he lived a lot longer than he would have, I'm sure.
Otherwise, yeah.
I'm sure, yeah.
And like the fact that he got to have a relationship with his dad finally after years and years was like
Oh, that extra
awesome.
time is
Great thing.
awesome.
Oh yeah, like take advantage of it. I have buddies right now that are my age that their grandparents are still alive, and
Oh,
I hate them. Like I can't even lie. Like it's like go spend time with them. Like you are so lucky that your
can't even
90-year-old grandmother is still alive.
oh.
Because our generation.
Oh, the butcher.
Oh, I'm coming. Yeah, it's like our generation. Like we're not gonna get to experience that because people are having kids later and later. Like we're lucky as fuck that we come from
Yeah,
the
if I have kids,
generation
they
that
won't have grandparents.
exactly, yeah. So it's like I don't think these guys understand how lucky they are, to be honest. Because they were having kids in that generation at 16, 17, 18 all the time. My mom had me when she was 18. Your mom had kids at 18.
Her first kid.
Yeah. So I followed it up and had kids at 18. But just because it was like, I thought it through, where it was like, I want to see.
Yeah.
But everybody thought I want to have kids. Raised too many of my moms.
That's understandable.
Plus, all of a sudden, I ran
Oh,
off to
wait, so
Vegas.
what dropped for her? Oh, nothing. I know they buffed the butcher, but
He's a joke.
so bad.
He's a joke. He might be a little tankier, but they didn't
Yeah.
buff his damage. Doesn't feel like anyways.
I expected him to hurt me a lot more.
He's pretty chill. He needs some drops.
That's a guaranteed legendary at least. Yeah.
Pretty much.
So what did she get? She got another combination? I told her you got two. Doesn't mean she won't have luck for the rest of the week.
Yeah, she'll get drops. Everybody will get drops. It's just patience. Any unique you need that's not unique or unique, you'll get.
Oh, this one like pushes you back.
I still have dreams about my grandmother being alive. Like, I just go to her house and she's still there. No closure there. That's how you know I'm a weak man.
That doesn't mean you're weak.
Oh, yeah, I have 20, 30 years. I still go and face that.
That's an unresolved issue, but everybody has at least one of those.
Yeah, I can't do it.
I had to move my dad's thing out of the like old folks home after he died.
You didn't have to. You chose to.
Well, his sister called and said like if I wanted any of the things that he had left for me, that she was gonna either throw it away, which she was being dramatic. She wanted a lot of the stuff.
Oh, I would have loved that stuff from my grandmother. My mom still has her wedding ring, and she knows that if she gives it to anyone but me, I will murder her. But she also didn't give it to the old lady.
That's interesting.
She was like, "It's yours," and I know you're not gonna let me give it to anyone else, but. And I didn't fight it. I was like, yeah, makes sense. But yeah, like
You
that
could
piece of
just
her is
yeah.
mine. Like I don't give a fuck. Like, I didn't get anything of hers, even though she was my world.
Yeah.
Who are you closest to, Major? Growing up.
Ground control to Major Tom.
Major Payne. Who are you closest to growing up? Mother, father, grandmother, mom? She's still
Yeah.
alive?
Oh man, I
How
feel
old were
you.
you when she passed?
Okay.
Like, was it sudden, or did you like get a chance to like say goodbye or anything like that? Oh, yeah. It's tough,
Yeah.
even like when you talk about the closest person in your life growing up. It's like no matter how old or tough you are, you're like, oh, that'll melt something real quick.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Someone that just accepts you as exactly who you are, the good and the bad, is rare in this world.
Well, my mom did and didn't do that, but
But she knew
it didn't
everything.
matter.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And she still didn't like get the fuck away from me type of thing, you know? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What about your brother that you're still close to? Was he still around? All your brothers were around for that? Oh, I thought they like took off.
Oh yeah.
So basically, there's like a rift between you and that side of the family just because they didn't like show up for your mom when they should have. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. That's the same way I am. Like I said, like
Yeah.
I'm friendly. I'm friendly to them, and if they ask me for something, I will definitely go do it. But like, yeah, I can't forgive them for that shit. Like,
Oh yeah. Mm.
Same here.
Oops, sorry.
yeah, me and her are the same way. You didn't go at all? Yeah, see, I was forced into it. I don't know if I told you that, but
Yeah, I feel that.
I made myself go see my dad, even though I didn't like him, and I would see him when he did.
like I said, I got tricked into it and blindsided by it.
Yeah. Yeah, literally.
Yeah, I didn't know that my stepdad wasn't my dad until my grandfather was just like, "You really haven't told him
See
yet?" And
that,
I was
man?
like, "What are you talking about?" And he just picks me up and throws me in the truck.
That's messed up.
Takes me to this fucking place that I'll remember to this day. It was called High Touch Homes. It was a mobile home selling thing. He was a salesman, and he just pointed at him and said, "Go up to that man and shake his hand and ask him what his name is." Yeah. Walked up there. I said, "What's your name?" My grandpa told me that, and he goes, says his name. I was like, "Hey, that's my last name."
Yeah.
And he looked at me funny, and it like weirded me out. So I left, like just ran back to the truck. Like it clicked with him who I was, you know.
Yeah.
And I was out. But then like some years later, all of a sudden, like he wanted me to come visit and shit. But like you said, like you don't get any contact with someone. You're like, I don't need you. Like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
You haven't
And,
been there. What, now you just want me for your sake?
yeah. Well, he was like, yeah, he was just like, he was a drunk, you know, aggressive drunk at times, and like he could be a good guy at times, but like everybody's been around that guy, you know. Like you know
Gotcha.
deep down if he's like completely sober, he's a good guy, but like he can't be
He's
sober.
just not sober.
Yeah, like it's just not him. Like my dad would get physically sick every morning until he had so many beers in him. Like he would just, yeah, he would be sick,
Oh yeah.
like throwing up and everything else, whatever it took until he got beers in him. Like if he woke up and there's a beer next to him immediately, he's fine. He just down a couple beers. But if he
Even
doesn't
if
get it
it's warm.
immediately, he's sick. Yeah, warm doesn't matter.
Oh yeah. It's
Like
gross.
all of us have met that alcoholic. I think that most of us had
Grew up with
alcoholic
him.
dads actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that motherfucker would like chuck a shoe at me as soon as he woke up. Go give me a fucking
Damn.
beer. It's like you
What
just
is he,
nail me in
Hispanic
the
monk?
head with a shoe. Like, what the
Right.
fuck? But then you're like, he did have his moments. Like,
I got nailed in the face with a shoe by a girl that was kicking out of my house while I was laying in bed.
Damn.
The only time I've ever been hit in the face with a shoe.
right? And I haven't seen my dad in like 20 years, but I
He
know if I got
messaged
that
you.
call, like me and Killja talked. Yeah, he
Oh
messaged
yeah.
me once. I hadn't talked to him in since my kid's 18 now. Last time I talked to him before that message on Facebook last year or whatever it was
It was when he told you not to have a kid.
yeah, when I was like
That's crazy.
It's
18.
like I
this
already
girl.
have.
No, this was like my wife. Like basically, she was having
Oh,
problems where she was
gotcha.
staying, and I was like, you can just come stay here. And she came and like basically moved into the room with me, and we were together like 9 months or something, just living in my mom's house as I was paying the bills and shit. And she kind of like kept mentioning that she always wanted kids. And at one point, I was just like, all right, whatever. I went and talked to my mom, and I was like, what do you think about me having a kid? She wants one. And she was like, yeah, that sounds awesome. Like, let's go.
Yeah, grandkids, let's go.
Yeah, she was like super excited. And I was like, all right. And I've been raising kids my whole life, so it didn't like bother me, but it wasn't something I wanted.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, let's get another opinion. And I reached out to my dad. I was like, what do you think? Told him that same thing, you know, the whole story. And he goes, this would be the worst mistake of your life. If you do it, you will ruin your life. And I was like, fuck.
Fuck you very much.
Yeah, and I just didn't talk to him again after that.
It's like, oh, so that's how you feel about me, dick.
Right?
Yeah.
Tell me how you really feel.
got her pregnant. Didn't ever talk to him again, really. And like I said, it's not that he's a horrible guy. He's just an alcoholic. Like,
So that was 18 years.
yeah, 18 years, and then he texted me on Facebook on my birthday, last year out of nowhere, and said, "Happy birthday, how are you?" or something. And I just messaged back, "I'm alive," and that was it.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't know my
Kids turned out
personality.
great, motherfucker.
I don't even know if he knows I have 3 kids or anything like that. Like, he was wanted here for never paying child support and driving without a license and all the usual drunk things.
Yeah.
That dude always managed to stay out of jail. Like, they would let him out.
Knowing he wasn't gonna come
Yeah,
back.
like, he always had failure to appears. Why in the fuck would you let him out, you idiots? So, yeah, he was wanted. I never knew a time when he wasn't wanted, let's put it that way. He would hide in the closet and shit when there was knocks at the door.
Oh, I just got a, just like super attractive, I'm gonna jump on this in-game message. Let me read this to you real quick.
Let's go.
Finish killing this guy. So this will be a funny one. Don't remember you exactly. Sorry, but you're on my friends list, lol. Wanna help me out?
What the fuck? That's a weird way to approach it.
Remember you.
I don't remember you either, and I'm not gonna respond.
Want to help me out.
You didn't remember who I was? You dick.
Yeah, it's fucked up. Like, I get that a lot where it's like they don't ask for help in the right way for me.
Oh,
Like, the tone is almost like I'm helping them or they're helping me by helping
them.
them.
A favor.
Yeah, it's like
I feel like I should be like, you should work on that approach, but no.
yeah, exactly. Like, it's not the tone. Like, I love helping the game grow and I like helping people because it helps the game if people are having fun, but like, approach with the right tone, dude. Like, you're gonna take moments of my life away helping you. Yeah, I don't like that tone at all. I'm not gonna lie.
I might respond and say, I don't actually remember you either, lol, and I'm looking for the most polite way to say no.
Well, he could be a good guy if he's on your friends list.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, he accepted it at some point.
Yeah, he got through that filter. You know, we all have a filter that we go through. Like her friends list?
Not necessarily. Sometimes I just accept people to my friends list.
Oh, not.
Yeah.
I'm like that on TTV, but her friends list is like a pro gamers. Yeah, it's all pro gamers. Like, it took a lot to give me that. She has 9,999 friend requests.
Yeah.
Like, it's
who
capped.
they are.
But like, yeah, she'll get a message like, "Who is this?" And I'm like, "I don't know, but I guarantee you he's a good gamer because I didn't add just anyone on that account."
Yeah, I responded to one of them and I was like, you know, we want to talk to TTV, like, they asked like how you were liking this game, and I said like,
I have titties now.
So do you.
Either, and I gotta admit, that request for help needs some work. Smile.
Right?
yeah, that's good. Cause that fucking request
Yeah, he could be a good guy, you know, that just
needs some
bad
social
wording.
skills.
Yeah.
Some people don't learn normal social skills.
Yeah, my tone's bad too, so I guess I get it.
Like maybe if you were like, hey, I see you're on my friends list, and I apologize, I don't remember where we met. I could really use some help. Do you mind?
Yeah, it's
I
just
mean,
like
even that would
something
be
like,
better.
Exactly.
like if you're not too busy, like, I would really appreciate it. Like,
Sorry to reach
something.
out needing help, but you know.
Even if you just came in and said, "Yo, I'm new to this game. Could you help me out with something?" Like
Fill the fuck
Right.
out.
anything. Not like, yeah,
Like,
that tone. I just didn't like that tone.
or
I
Like,
even
didn't
like,
either. I was like, what the fuck is this shit?
like, I see you're doing good in the game. Like, could you something? I
Give
don't
me
know.
some advice.
Yeah, just something more normal than
Hey, you're on my friends list. I don't really know you. Help me. Lol.
right. That's weird. Okay. So,
the conduit right there. Nice.
oh, is that?
Conduit.
Fuck yeah. Oh, I'm smushed.
Get stuff up there. I'll go down here.
What the fuck is this? It's like some time.
My tone is a lot better in typing. I feel like because like a lot of times it just takes over and I talk like a girl. Like it's a lot of like emojis type of thing, like the up arrows
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
there's a
the
lot of
dot.
emojis too.
Yeah,
To
yeah,
try
because
and
it's just like the old
convey a
PC
nice
days.
tone.
Yeah, yeah.
Because there's no tone.
Yeah.
Like it's the only way to express like, or I'll randomly say I like cookies or something like that. Earlier in the chat, everybody was saying hi to each other, and I typed in "hail" just to see if anybody would get that reference from old gamers. Nobody said anything. Like they didn't even acknowledge that word being said.
I'm sorry, what was the
You,
word? I was reading something.
Hail.
Hail?
They were all saying hi to each other, and I responded with
hail.
hail,
Oh,
H-A-I-L.
hail. H-A. Yeah.
Yeah,
But A-I-L,
Yeah.
not E.
yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't get it.
Hail.
Like nobody
Yeah,
like
it's like
responded.
hail. Like, I'm hailing you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hello.
nobody got it. It was the whole guild, 50 some people on. Nobody, everybody was just like silent after that. Didn't know what the fuck it was.
Hail, wanderer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was hoping for one person to get it and actually say hail back. Nope.
Hail Mary is what you took.
Right? I'm just gonna start typing ASL to everyone. Like, hey, can you help me kill this boss? I'll be like, oh yeah, sure, ASL? Question mark. They'll be like, what the fuck? I'm not an
Sexy
asshole.
leprechaun.
He just called me an asshole. Isn't that the abbreviation? I feel like people would think that these days. Oh god, we're old.
Yeah.
Oh, this person came back with a response. And it looks like it might be a law. Yeah, sorry about that. Let's see what happened here. Oh, I'm doing it. What the fuck? Okay.
I got some
After I finish
gloves.
this.
What's this?
Oh yeah.
It's gloves, though. It's gonna be some...
It's probably the one that does the random damage.
I was just
No,
mindlessly
I'm not
fighting,
lucky enough.
and like these guys, like I killed a pack, and then another one spawned, and I killed them, and another one spawned. I'm like, what the fuck? I look up, and I'm in a wave of darkness.
Right?
It's so not paying attention.
Those would be really good for your build.
Yeah.
That would be
If
fun.
it was plus 2 to skills,
Yeah.
I feel like the fucking unique Grasp of Shadow would be good for her build because it's all about shadow clones and she's using the.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, and I just got one of those too.
Yeah, I feel like
Mine,
she got a good
yeah, I
roll.
just dropped
Yeah, I got
one.
a 781. Oh, nice. Yeah, that probably is really good for your build because when you level it up, it'll be plus 3 to all core.
Oh,
Yeah, I feel like if you get a high level of that, that would kick off pretty good. And you get the extra shadow clone out of it. That could be
The
really
only thing
fun.
you're gonna miss is you don't have any crit on it, but you
I
can
don't have
probably
crit
do
right
pretty
now. I just have like +1 to rapid fire, and I'm not even using the right aspect because I can't find
I
it.
would
And
keep
I'm
that
using
just so you have it in your mind to try that later. Or you can use it now, but
I'm gonna throw it on.
you'd have to put the days somewhere else.
Days isn't part of my build. I'm just using it because I can't find whatever I am actually need.
But what I'm telling you is that you may not notice it, but that dealing direct damage to a vulnerable enemy chases them is big for elites. You're probably not noticing it, but it's probably tying up elites for you.
Yeah, I guess I don't have that much trouble with them.
But that can go on your boots.
Because this is what he uses.
Using an agility skill reduces cooldown of your next subterfuge skill by 20%.
I don't know what
I have no idea what that is for.
subterfuges are.
It's probably your toxic, your poison trap. I bet you that's
You think
subterfuge.
so?
Yeah.
It is.
It looks like we're old World of Warcraft friends. I think
Oh,
he's
fuck
probably
yeah.
in my guild.
Yeah, I would have probably helped him.
Ah.
He came back with, well, 100% agree. Sorry, super hard boss was trying to type fast. Played solo literally whole game. Then this guy had wiped on for like 30 minutes. Lol.
Yeah, I'd help him.
Oh,
I'm a sucker
pretty
for old gamers. I love that.
Yeah.
That's a good response. At least he wasn't a douche.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. That's nice.
We're assholes, but we're generally very helpful. Just coming at us at the right angle, please.
Yep. Not from behind in my case.
Yeah. I'm gonna try pegging one day. I just need to find a strap on
You're
that's
up.
like Japanese dildo. Like
Oh yeah,
North Korean.
2 inches, I'm good. Maybe. Maybe. Can I handle 2 inches?
maybe.
She's gonna find out.
Maybe like.
How big is that? Is that 2
It's
inches?
like an inch.
Oh, well then I'm fucked. I don't think there's any 1 inch dildos.
You're about to be, buddy.
Yeah, she knows what I can handle. I get uncomfortable. I'm okay with on the outside, but to a point on the inside, I tend to like.
Yeah, we all have our
Limits. I'm glad you're not into pegging. That scares me. I don't think I have that trick in my bag. I would try it for you. I don't think I can get the hang of it. It just sounds.
Yeah, when Terry and I hooked up, I was like, "You're not interested in my ass at all, are you?" She was like, "Nope." I was like, "Okay, we're good."
I love you. Marry me.
Alright, we good.
That's good enough for me.
Yeah, I don't see how dudes do that. Like these girls have this
Me neither,
big
personally.
like power thing where they just want to like pound the hell out of you. Like holy crap, dude. And I've seen like big like muscly men that are into that. They're like, okay, pound me. What? Dude,
Nope.
you are jacked 280 pounds. This little girl's gonna destroy you? I like to feel vulnerable. Well, go get
Today's
a
the
fucking
day.
diary. What the hell you mean vulnerable?
Yeah.
The hell?
Cry to her. Not
Fucking
because your ass is
Yeah. I dated a dude who was a crier, but he was also drunk, so I just attributed it to that.
I'm a crier. I'll tear up at like not cry but like tear up on like the sappy shit on like a movie. Like you don't notice it maybe, but like yeah, I do.
Really?
Yeah, like the really sappy shit, the tear jerky shit. I have to fight it back.
I probably have gotten like a little teary too. And
We were watching House, and like somebody was dying, and in my mind
It's
I'm like
actually make
thinking
me
of,
tear up.
yeah, I'm thinking about like family members that have died that way to cancer slowly that I've taken care of.
I've got a soul.
Yeah, and I start to tear up a little bit, and I'm like fighting it back. Like, nope, push it down. You're a
Not
man.
today. Not today, Satan.
It's like,
no, I'm the same way. Like
that's great that you've never
I
noticed
ain't
that. That
even
means it
worried
works.
about it.
I never have noticed.
That's awesome. That's the pride of a man right there. Managing to nobody around you realizes.
You're so cute. It's too bad that's not the max roll, because I think that's what he's wearing on his helmet, even though I feel like that's a bad place for him to wear it, because he's losing out.
Yeah, I put it on the necklace. Yeah,
I
armor,
have it
armor,
on a
armor.
necklace.
It's bad enough that that is
It's a
nerfed, but
like.
Oh, it won't let me use this portal. It says travel unavailable.
Oh, tell him to move around a little bit. Oh, I think I need this.
Yeah, we get that a lot. He's got to just run around. You're good to get on
Is
it.
this you take? Oh, that's what I need in my chest piece.
Yep.
It's a good roll too. I don't know if this is a chest piece I want though. It's got cold damage on it.
It's
It's
not
only got 3
re-rolled.
stats. It's not re-rolled, but it's
So just
pre-docketed.
wait.
I will wait.
As long as you're not struggling, I guess you're fine.
No, I mean, clearing stuff myself is slow. I gotta be real cautious. But if I'm doing a dungeon with you, it doesn't feel like difficult.
Wejinahani is close to me. What the fuck is Wejinahani?
Who the what?
I don't know the names of these fucking
Would
boys.
you who?
What you
Wejinahani? Oh,
what?
nope, I found it.
I had to Google that.
I happened to find it on the map. So, I wonder if he's in a new, like, let's see. Oh, that's what this is. Oh, if he's in a, yeah, he moved around and now I can portrait him. He's in a stronghold.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, those can be overwhelming a little bit sometimes. It's only got 3 sets, but it's almost 700. I don't see myself throwing that on that. Yeah, it's trash. Once again, I need a good pair of arms. Look how low that item power is on the arms.
But it's low enough that you can put enchantments on it without.
I know. It's just I'm wasting.
And it'd be cheap to re-roll.
Those
If
things.
you wanted to
Yeah, it would
re-roll.
be. It would be. Plus, it's nice. Just.
It's alright for now. As long as you're alive, that's what matters.
Yeah.
But it's still a good idea.
Can I delete one of these? I can delete the.
Yeah, that can be put on just by the dungeon aspect.
Yeah. Alright, let me junk it.
Gotta pee.
Everything. I gotta pee bad too.
Yeah, I've been holding it. I need to pee.
Me too.
I just don't want to get up. I'm sore.
Yeah. We were upstairs for a long period of time fucking around.
Anally. Yeah, you do not confirm or deny those statements. Just giggle at it. I'm gonna. Actually, that was actually a funny moment. What? Oh, I was just thinking about this girl that like asked me out one time, and I wasn't really interested. So the first thing that popped in my head, I went, "How do you feel about gaping?"
Oh.
She turned around and walked away. I don't think she even knew what it was, to be honest. But it was like out there enough as a response for her to just like,
Nope.
yep. It was great.
That's
It always confused me when people were like that. Like, you want to go out with me? I'm like, we're fucking out right now. I'd rather go in with you. The hell you want to go out for? Okay, I better go through it. I'm gonna die.
Actually, I could delete this. I'm not gonna use that aspect, and it's a crossbow. Well, I need those weapon ones bad. I don't get it. I haven't looked enough at like all the things that came out. 2 arrows split to either side. What is that? I wonder what the unique is though. What, baby? For fuck's sake! All I've done today is kill bugs. I'll be right back. He has me kill the bugs.
Tell him to man up.
Now it's uh, I have a paper towel roll over here just for this job.
Next thing you hear, ah! Um, like a third of a bubble away. Yep. I would be 70 if I wasn't stopping to help this guy. Uh, World Tour 2. I had to look. Hard to hear you, bro. Nice. About that time, eh? plug a keyboard into your PlayStation? I play with a controller. I just use the keyboard for typing messages. He was like, "Holy shit, you deleted that." I was like, "Thanks." I was like, "No problem. Come correct. Get the help." No, no, no. I just helped him complete the stronghold he was having trouble with. All right.
Major Payne bailed.
He just went to. He just said, "I'm gonna go check on my brother real quick." See, I helped that dude out, and he was like, "Holy shit, you deleted that thing." I was kiting that thing for like 45 minutes.
Fucking theory crafters, man.
Yep.
Learn, then theory crafts.
That's what I told him. I directed him towards a good build. He was like, "I kind of like to roll my own." I was like, "I have a philosophy. Use a proven build, learn the game, then start doing your own thing."
Yeah, tinkering is fun, but beating content is funner.
I'm gonna tell him one more time. Take my advice.
Right? Like, I'm not, like, fucking with you. I'm not saying you can't theory craft, but at least try it first, then make adjustments. The dudes making these builds are playing 20 hours a day. And some of them played Diablo 3. A ridiculous amount of hours. They were still playing it. It's just mind-boggling to me. Oh.
I'll say it one more time, by the way. Take my advice. Go try that belt I recommended, Woody Joe Kratos Barbarian. You will love it, I promise you. And it will allow you to learn the whole game and then roll your own builds with game knowledge.
No. Just try it. See if you have fun. What level is he?
47.
Oh yeah, that's to be cheap for him.
Yeah, he just got the game a week ago. And now I got someone else inviting me to a party. I don't know who this crawly person is.
This dude's in hardcore camping out at the fucking capstones and shit. It's funny.
What? Just hoping someone will carry them?
They message everybody that goes through. I always get messages when I went through it.
What?
No. Yo.
That's sad.
Help me out. It's like, sorry, no, I don't even respond, to be honest. It's like, don't know yet, sorry. If they came into the stream, it was like, oh, can you help me? Maybe, but just messaging random people as they walk by. Major Payne did that one league. He just sat there at the entrance.
Random people.
You know, he just sat there and kept spamming the help emote.
Oh, that's cute.
Over and over and over again until someone was like, what do you need help with? And he's like, I need help with a capstone, please. I thought that was funny.
That's cute.
That's cute?
Yeah.
You know what was cute? Calling your girlfriend to kill a spider.
I live in a fucking centipede in her goddamn house. I didn't call her to kill it, I just yelled bug. It was a fucking bug. Yeah. It's her old ass house, so we were supposed to be moved out of it in January. Every bug is her responsibility in this house. You want to spray around the whole fucking downstairs at every corner to try to keep them away? Go for it.
You were supposed to move out in January?
Yeah.
Yeah, my brother, like, we had talked about it, my selling the house, like, last Christmas year, because this was my mom's house, and she left it to me. But they still have, like, my brother lived here for at least a summer, various times. Like, he dropped out of college at one point, and after his marriage broke up, he lived here for a while. So he's got a whole floor of stuff. The attic is just filled with his shit. Even while my mom was sick, she wanted to turn that into like an art studio, and she begged him to come take his stuff away. He wouldn't do it. My brother was a little weird. And he'll come to the house, like, with his SUV and saying, like, he's going to pick up some of the stuff, and he's never left with anything. Every time I fall for it, I think he's going to, like, take something, but he doesn't move his shit.
Yeah.
And he keeps paying for us to live here. So.
Yeah, you gotta realize he probably goes out there, and he probably has the intention of clearing it out, and then it's nostalgia. It's like the room's still set up in the attic for him. That nostalgia wave hits him.
Yeah.
And it's like a little piece of your home, history, whatever. So he wants that there, as is, untouched. And he likes that it's as is, untouched.
Like we still have our landline for no reason. But he's paying for it. So if he wants the fucking landline to exist...
That's not even plugged in anywhere. There's no phone plugged into it.
I can't... For some reason...
But it's there.
Yeah, but he wants that number, you know, like...
He wants it to exist.
Okay.
I think you can call it, and maybe Maybe my mom answers the. I think my mom was on the voicemail, so maybe he
419
calls it.
419-895-1800. That was my
Was that your
grandmother's phone
grandma's?
number.
Damn.
That's like
701-368-7022. That was my phone number as a child.
I
Oh, I
remember
would
My
remember
old
my
buddies as well,
childhood.
but one of them still has the same number they've had since I was 6 years old.
God damn.
989
Yeah, his mom's been there the whole time.
That was my stepdad's auto shop when I was like 4.
Yeah,
It's
my
weird the things
mom
you remember.
Alright.
bought this house in '86.
That was back when you didn't have to dial
The area code.
I,
Oh, I finally found the aspect for my pants. It is a dark shroud aspect, but it's like a
Nice.
critical strike one. It's a shitty roll, but it's not something you can get from a dungeon. I'll just save it. I guess I could put it on, but what's it got on it?
I haven't even been
Some
using
damage
death
reduction?
potions. Living on the
neither.
edge. I'll wait till night mode, I guess.
I like the dark shroud. I don't know. I'll see what this feels like.
Living
Dude.
on the edge.
When I was like 10, I discovered Aerosmith. When,
Really?
yeah, when the fucking, the cow print egg, Living on the Edge album came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and, yeah, I bought the album, and I brought it home, and I told my mom, I was like, I just found this great new band. And she was like, really, who? And I said, Aerosmith. And she busted out laughing. She was like, honey, I went to an Aerosmith concert when I was like 20.
Oh,
She was like, they are not new.
that's cute.
Yeah. I had no idea. Got some good fucking songs.
That was me coming from fucking Florida, listening to hip hop and rap all the time because that's what was around. And island music, like Jimmy Buffett and the Beach Boys and shit. Come up to fucking Ohio, meet my stepbrothers. First time I walked into the room. And that was the beginning of my life. Fucking summer of that nonstop, and they were just playing it on the guitar all the time, and me trying to like mimic them and learn the guitar. Oh,
Yeah.
dude, like I left that summer with a Metallica T-shirt and fucking
That's so cute.
obsessed Black Album in my pocket.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I actually listened to Metallica and Chris Cross at the same time.
No shit.
Yeah, like I like all kinds of music, like simultaneously.
Oh, me too.
I went to a concert of both of them like a couple weeks apart. Chris Cross will make you jump. Daddy Mac will make you jump.
It's actually funny the story about that album dropping. They
Yeah.
had a big conflict with who was it? Fuck. It was another band, and there's a big conflict about them releasing their album Jump because they knew it was going to be a giant hit. At the same
Yeah.
time as another band that was on the same record label, and they like sued the kids.
Huh.
Did they have the song "I Missed the Bus" and I will never ever
That
do it
sounds
again?
familiar. That sounds really familiar.
I missed the bus and I will never ever ever do it again.
New kids on the block suck a lot of dick. Boy, girls, and it makes me sick. I can't wait till I catch all you faggots in public. I'ma love it. That line was epic the first time I heard it.
Yeah.
It was making fun of a really horrible band that had a hit song. They were called LFO, and they had a one-hit wonder that was the real. What was the real words to that song? It was I love girls that wear Abercrombie and Fitch. I'll take it if I had one wish. And they just say like random lines throughout the song because they just didn't know how to write music.
Oh, yeah.
Like Mark Scorsese was in blank and blank, and like
Oh, just stating facts.
Yeah, yeah, it was really like listen to that song sometime. Like LFO was the name of the band, and I think it's called
It's
Summer.
vaguely familiar, but I don't remember that.
They were just listing their likes and dislikes, and then just
Yeah.
stating random movies and things that people were in.
Funny.
And then Eminem just like rips them apart because he takes the exact same tone and just changes all the lyrics instead of I
Dude,
like girls that wear Abercrombie and Fitch. I'll take you if I had one wish. He changed it to what was it? Now man, my mind just switched even though I just said that lyric. Well,
we were listening to Eminem's drug ballad on the way down to North Carolina.
Drug ballad, the nya 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 nya.
We're gonna mix in with the car too dark, and when it kicks in, you can hardly talk about it. Six chain, you can probably fall somewhere in the lobby or the hallway wall.
Yeah, that fucking album was sick when it came out.
Everything's spinning, beginning to think, women are swimming in pink, and then again in the sink.
That album dropped when I was like just like heavily into cough syrup. Fucking epic.
You are now allowed to officially slap bitches. Certified with the same guy that was smart eyeing you. Get in the car and start driving with the beating and cause a 40-car pilot. Earth carbon, pilot to co-pilot. Looking for signs of life on this planet. So no sign of it. All I can see is a bunch of smoke flying, and I might die if I go by it. Something along those lines. I love that song.
Oh yeah. Fucking, one of my possessions when I was a kid, I wish I saved to this day because it would be worth money and I would love to listen to it. But when I went to Texas as a kid, my uncle took me to a rap thing. It wasn't like a concert, it was more of like them just going up and like running their mouth and they would do like a song and then they would run their mouth to each other, battle or whatever.
Like a battle.
And it was just like a contest of them trying to see who had the best lines. But I actually had a tape of Eminem, and it was called Biderphobia. And
Biderphobia?
Yeah, that was the name of his mixtape that he came out with back then. It was called Biderphobia. Okay. And I wish I had that to this day because it would be like worth so much because that was before he was
famous.
Yeah, it was just him like just freestyling. I remember it being good, but like I got it taken away from me.
Oh.
Yeah, because I was like 10.
Yeah.
This was the 90s.
Yeah, my grandparents were not amused by rap.
Oh, he was fucking bad on Biderphobia. Like, he toned it down for his later shit, but like a lot of rape, molestation, and killing gay people.
Dude, I used to work at a concert venue called Nissan Pavilion.
Oh, yeah. We have a Nissan Pavilion somewhere nearby.
Yeah.
Oh, it gotta be the same one.
Down here it's called. Down here it's called Jiffy Lube Live now. Got bought out. Yeah, I'm sure it is the same one.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, when I was like 16, I worked there. Maybe I was like 19 actually.
What'd you do?
It was just grounds crew.
Did you like set shit up and tear it down, or were you like?
Yeah, I did that, and I like mowed the yard and like fixed shit and like whatever was needed.
Oh yeah, so you're like the jack of all trades type of thing.
Yeah, and I was setting up for a concert one day, and I was backstage, and I walked past like the manager's, like the owner's office, and you know, it was Backstreet Boys that was going to be playing, and they were all sitting in there. Motherfuckers were sitting in there headbanging the System of a Down.
Really?
Yo.
I had to sit through their concert in middle school because back then, them and NSYNC, they would go to the middle schools from selling those little magazine things, you know what I mean? Like the shit they would make you sell in middle school.
Sucked.
And they fucking had a concert there. It was the Backstreet Boys is the one that are kids. They weren't popular yet, but God, it was so funny.
Terrible.
I waited in line afterwards and got their autograph.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I thought it was so awesome that they were, they're fucking Backstreet Boys, right? And they're jamming out the System of a Down.
Oh yeah.
They're like, yeah, we know our music
Wake up.
sucks.
And they kill
That
him.
song was stuck in my head.
I get stuck in your
Leave the
head.
kids up on the
And
table.
you probably don't know the words. You're just like.
Yeah.
Trust
Yeah.
in my self-righteous suicide. Yeah, fucking.
Yeah, that's about all I remember.
When angels deserve to die.
When I was locked up in fucking, they were transferring me back to Ashland. Remember how I told you that they like kept transferring me? We were stuck in like juvenile detention for probably a whole month
As
or
long as
more.
they could keep you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking because they couldn't really do much to me because I wasn't technically in there for anything wrong. I would just sit there and sing at the top of my lungs "Criminal" from Eminem over and over again.
I'm a criminal.
My words are like a dagger with a jagged edge. It'll stab you with a head, whether you're a fag or less. Homeless, sex, or master, trains or beds. Pants or dress, hate fags, the answer yes. Homophobic, nah, you're just heterophobic. Staring at my jeans, watch my genitals bulging. It's my motherfucking balls, you better let it go. They no longer my scrotum, you never get home. Hey, it's me, Versace. What? Somebody shot me. Just checking the mail. Get it? Checking the mail. How many records you expecting to sell after your second LP lands you directly in jail? Yeah, I can keep going. I know every word, sadly. That whole album, I know every
That
word.
was a good song.
Except for maybe,
Oh yeah.
Blue and yellow, purple pills.
Oh god, yeah. That was when he was just gone and just trying to lift everybody
Yep.
up from Detroit.
Dude, I love the grab a knife by the blade and stab you with the fucking handle. It's one of my favorite lines. It just, I don't give a fuck if it hurts me. I'm gonna get you.
And he's coming out with good shit. Like, I hated his little, like,
Dude, he's the king of rap in my mind.
there was like a 4 or 5 year stretch there where I just did not like his little singing bullshit that he was doing, like, with Rihanna and all that bullshit. But then he, like,
Yeah, but if
came
you
out
had a
with Rap
chance to
God.
work with Rihanna, wouldn't you? Her
No.
voice is beautiful, man. I would.
Then he came out
I
with
love
Rap
her
God,
voice.
and that was
I don't like her music.
ridiculous.
But I love her voice.
I mean, she does have a beautiful voice.
Her fucking halftime show, I hated it.
I'd let her sit on it too.
I didn't.
We watched it. I didn't like it at all. Her halftime show.
I must have fell asleep.
It was
Sweet,
watching
I finally got core skills
a
and
pregnant
increased
woman
attack speed.
waddle
Yes.
around.
Hey, Gramps.
Thank you. You need to
Yeah,
stand up and take a bow.
I thought we
Sorry,
only
what?
watched a clip of it.
No, we watched the whole thing. You slept through it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I must have fallen asleep.
It was worth sleeping through. Like, Rihanna's halftime show was like maybe if she was not pregnant,
If
Yeah.
the titty didn't come out, I don't care.
she couldn't like move or dance or anything because she was like
Gotcha.
really pregnant.
Yeah,
So,
she was massively pregnant.
Taylor Swift now has more #1 records than any female artist in history.
Really?
Yep.
#1 hits in any. That makes sense, I guess.
#1 albums.
She's been going for a long time when you think about it.
Yep. Yeah, she's been killing it.
Plus, she's been trying to like buy back her original stuff.
Wasn't her breakout song "Strawberry Wine"? Strawberry wine, 17.
When we were going
I
down
have
to
no
North
idea.
Carolina, we listened to Anti-Hero.
Oh yeah,
Listen
the
to that song
anti-heroes.
and listen to
Oh.
the words, and I swear to God,
I'm
that was
thinking
written
something
about
else.
Trump.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you meant
I'm
the
not
band.
even joking. Because she hates Trump.
Really?
And oh yeah, she led many campaigns about him. Like, she absolutely despises him, thinks he's the scum of the earth.
I heard her new
So don't
album
disagree
like
with
has a lot of good songs in it. I just haven't listened to it yet. I do listen to like pop and all that. Like I will do
I'll listen
any
to it.
genre
It's good
and
in the
try
genre.
it. My rule of thumb is I'll listen to any song
Touch it.
5 times, and then it's either
See if it
deleted
grows on
or
you.
it's good. Yeah, yeah. Give it a chance. More than once.
Yeah, see if it grows on you. Does it take roots?
Her too. She's coming around on a lot of songs. She's got pop songs on her shit.
Yeah.
She has a Justin Bieber song on her fucking playlist now.
That's
An old
true.
punk girl that only liked punk rock. That's awesome. Well, not only punk rock. You like oldies like me. I love
Yeah.
oldies.
But yeah, if you listen to that song and listen to the lyrics, there's only one stanza that I can't find a way to like without trying apply to Trump.
Alright, let me look real quick. I'm sure it's up here in one of these playlists.
What's it called again?
Anti-hero.
Anti-hero. Because there was a band called Anti-hero, so that's what my mind went to.
Better Days. That made me think of that song. I've seen better days. And a bottle. We have a lot of these on my list.
Yeah. Yeah.
You like Weekend. I noticed.
There's some songs in him that I like.
When you
But
said
also,
weekend,
I
it
didn't.
made me think weekend at Ernie's or Bernie's, something like that.
I like Black
That
Dog.
movie.
I remember that movie. Yeah, because I wasn't like inundated by his music because I wasn't listening to the radio and I didn't hear the song a million times, so it doesn't have any.
Why isn't there any of her songs in the pop top of?
Kill the radio star.
Yeah, that's a good song.
Ha!
In my mind and in my heart. Ps5.
No, I was looking at that. That guy, whoever Josh A is copying a Metallica album by the letters up there.
Ah.
See how it says Josh A?
Yeah.
That's Metallica's
Yeah.
type of logo.
That is.
I kind of want to listen to that.
But did you see the PS5 songs up there?
Yeah, I have that.
Yeah. I wish I could hear that. I probably could listen to it.
Yeah, I just went through the pop list on Spotify, Ultimate Pop Gaming. Taylor
Yeah.
Swift isn't in there for some reason.
Weird.
Wonder where she would be at. Like, you see my
Just
playlist,
Google
Rock
anti-hero.
Grind, System of a Down, 3 Days Grace, Metallica, Far East Movement. That's funny.
Dude, we were
Art.
listening to stuff like
Skrillex.
fucking Rancid, Ruby, Bad Religion. We were
Oh,
listening to
yeah.
all kinds of stuff that we like used to listen to back in the day on that trip. It was fun.
Yeah.
I've seen Rancid, but I can't
Nice.
remember anything about it.
See, now this is a good lineup. This is my type of lineup.
Yeah.
Metallica, Iron Maiden, Black Sabbath,
Sabbath.
Pantera.
I saw Black Sabbath.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I saw them as
Oh, I
Sabbath.
never saw him as Black Sabbath. I went to do a lot of Ozfest. I never actually saw him as Black Sabbath. I've been to 3 Ozfests, actually. So not a lot.
I still resent my sister because she insisted on coming with me to that show, and she brought her infant.
What?
So yeah,
To what? Black Sabbath concert?
yeah. So we had to stand super far back, and
That's
then
retarded.
she made us leave early just because it was so fucking loud. That obviously the baby was like
It's
crying
a
the entire
metal
time.
concert.
Yeah, even the like people that work there were like, "Who brings a baby to a metal show?"
Fun fact,
Oh
actually, that you
shit.
just reminded me of. There's a big percentage of people that went to Metallica problems that have actually developed hearing problems.
Oh yeah.
What'd you
Like,
say?
yeah, like it's really.
Yeah, I love it. I stand right by the speakers.
Yeah, there's a
Oh
big
yeah, I did that too. But I'm
news
deaf.
story about it that it like really fucked up a lot of people that go to Metallica concerts hearing.
You know what you're getting into if you go to a Metallica concert. Quit your fiction.
Yeah, sadly, like when I went to a Metallica concert, I was so far back that it didn't hurt my hearing.
Yeah.
I couldn't afford it.
Summer Sanitarium 2000, and I'm sure you've heard about that, Mia, because you live in this area.
Yeah.
At RFK Stadium, I was right against the fucking stage.
Oh,
I actually
awesome.
started the mosh pit there during Power Man 5000.
I
It's
know a
fucking
dude that
hilarious.
loves
Like
Slayer.
everybody was just like, they weren't really heard of at the time. I mean, I guess they're really not right now either. But like everybody was just kind of like bobbing their head and like bobbing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And my buddy Chris and I were there, and there was this guy standing beside us who was doing the same thing. And I looked over at him and I was like, "This is pretty good, don't you think?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "You want a mosh?" And he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Let's go." And he was like, "Yeah." And so like I pushed him and he pushed me, and fucking huge ass mosh pit broke out.
I remember hearing about that.
It was fucking great.
It's funny.
The funny thing is Chris was wearing this bright orange shirt, and we had this plan, like if we got separated, we had like these colored shirts on that were
Oh, you
recognizable.
could see each other.
And
Yeah, that's smart.
and so like we got separated in that mosh pit. Like so we were like right beside each other, we had our backs, and then I was done. And I was like, "Dude, I need something to drink, you wanna go?" And he was like, "Yeah, let's go." And I was like, "Alright, follow me." And I started working my way through the pit. And like I got out of the pit and I turned around and there's no Chris. I was like, fuck. And I couldn't find him. It was fucking. We were down on the field in RFK Stadium. It's thousands of people, right?
Huge.
So I mean, we ended up getting separated for like 6 hours. So yeah, I like went up in the stands and I was like looking down at the field and I'm like, there's like 500 people with orange shirts on. And funny thing is when we finally found each other, like I was like still walking around for him. I walked past these like misters, and he was standing in one of the misters, and like as I walked by him, he grabbed my shoulder and was like, "Kyle," and I was like, "Chris," and he was sitting there with the shirt got ripped off his back in the mosh pit, and he just had it in tatters hanging over his shoulder. And he was like, "Yeah, I was following you, and some dude grabbed me from behind and pulled me back into the pit." So that's one of my funnest life memories. That concert was epic as shit. The great thing is we actually linked up before Metallica like was over and got to like chill together during Metallica.
That is fun.
Yeah, it was a 12-hour concert. It was fucking amazing.
It's so quiet. I guess I turned it down a lot because you were giving me shit about my music being so loud.
I'm burning my ear out. I have Dracula by Rob Zombie turned all the way up. Turn that down. Oh, there's something about that song that like you haven't heard in a few years. Yeah. That drop. Yeah, that drop right there.
Oh, see, that's so quiet to me.
Oh, it blows my ears
I haven't heard
out.
that song in forever.
Here. Take off your headset.
Trade.
Listen to this. So we're just switching headsets. Wonder how that's gonna sound to him. Do it different.
Oh yeah, I can't hear anything else.
Loud, isn't it? Yeah, my shit. You don't have your shit prioritized. That's why.
See, it's not very loud.
What?
Something.
He's like, "What?"
Isn't that going the wrong way?
Killja.
What's up?
I just need to talk so I can hear every setting.
Gotcha.
He's adjusting my headset.
There you go.
For his ears.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
Better?
Yeah.
There you go. Now you can adjust it down or up. Mine is jacked. You don't want to go with my settings. Like, mine's in the middle, but I have all the Turtle Beach boosters on. So music will deafen you.
Yeah.
Like Chop Suey's going off right now, and that is ridiculously loud in my ear. Turning that all the way up. And it's about to drop, too. Let's turn that down. I was trying to find Taylor Swift, but it recommends. I looked at yours too. No, I was looking at playlists on like I bring up Spotify like the little mini menus here. It recommends a lot of like metal for me.
Open Spotify on my phone.
Here's Discover Weekly. Maybe that has Taylor Swift. Miley Cyrus.
You'd think
You
she'd
know
be
what
in
one of my
there. Miley
favorite
Cyrus
all-time
is.
songs is?
What?
Blue Oyster Cult, Don't Fear the Reaper.
Oh yeah, I love it. Played it on the guitar a lot. Very fun to play
Yeah,
on the guitar.
I've listened to that song on repeat for days.
Yep, it's great.
Yep.
That's in a playlist of mine, and when you said that, my mind immediately like thought of that song and then went on to the next one, which is well, I can't really think with Chop Suey going off. 1 second. ADD, it's rough. That one that's like God, I can describe it, but I can't think of the words right now. It's about trusting yourself and being yourself. Um,
Oh, here they go.
Sad but true.
How do I? Okay, it's synced.
I'm
no,
inside.
Wayward Son. That was what
Oh
I
yeah.
had that used to play right after that song. Yeah, so that was like next on the playlist for on that. But this playlist is fantastic. You got Slayer, Ozzy, Judas Priest, Motley
I'm
Crue,
real
Motorhead,
jealous. I don't have that playlist. Do Haas.
Rammstein. Yeah.
That makes me think of the movie How High. Smoking a blunt, like moving the speaker in and out.
Oh yeah. You know what I really want to hear is Black Sabbath, Shout at the Devil. I haven't heard of that in a long time. I would love to add that to my Deftones that made this list, really? Best rock songs of all time?
The Deftones?
But best
I
rock
love
bands of all
Deftones.
time?
That's really
I mean,
weird.
they've got a few songs that are absolutely amazing.
Well, the one that made the list is My Own Summer. Let me click on it and see. 'Cause I
Oh,
just
yeah,
don't.
that's fucking great.
Let's listen. Oh, it's a great
There was a lot
intro.
of Priest on
Yeah,
there.
My Own
I saw
Summer's
them
amazing.
in person.
I'm gonna put that on
Anthrax
right
made the
now.
list.
I'm putting My Own Summer on right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna add it to my list so I can listen to it a few times. Because I haven't heard it in forever.
I thought like he had to be lip syncing
Do you care if I
because
play it through my
Priest was
speakers?
so good.
Deftone?
Yeah, My Own Summer. I can't play it through my headset.
Yeah, I don't think he's lip syncing. But there might be some kind of modulation the way it sounds.
Do you care if I play something through my speakers that you'll probably be able to hear through my microphone?
What song?
My Own Summer.
I'm listening to it right now.
I know, but I want to listen to it too.
You can't listen to it through Spotify?
Not through my headset.
Really? I
I
can
don't have
like press a
Spotify.
button on my phone.
It's
and
free,
listen.
dude. And you can play it while you're
Yeah.
playing games.
Oh, I might have to set that up.
And you make your own playlist and everything.
It's good. There's some
Alright,
ads, but
I'll
it's
have
not
to do
bad.
that. But
Yeah, but
at the moment, I'm just going to play this song if you guys don't mind.
No, I don't
I
know.
gotta pause
I'll
mine
mute my
then.
shit if you want.
Because I'm at a different.
Here I'm gonna put the anti-hero.
Danzig? Huh.
Here, I'll just mute my mic.
Avenged Sevenfold, Hail to the King. I can't think of that song.
I can't either.
But yeah,
Yeah.
My Own Summer is my favorite Deftones song.
Yeah, it's added to my list now. I was just listening to it. I remember it. It's good. But best metal bands of all time, or metal songs of all time?
I don't think of them as metal.
Yeah, but it is metalish. Like, if you listen to this song, this does come off as, oh, you listen to
I mean,
Anti-Hero.
I would put
Yeah.
it in my top 20 for sure.
Really? I can think of 20 Metallica songs I would put ahead of it.
Yeah, I mean, okay, yeah, I could.
Like, if
But
you
I'm
exclude
trying to not
Metallica,
be.
okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm trying to like be inclusive. You know what I
I'm a
mean? Like,
Metallica homer, so it'd be
if
hard.
me too, it's my
I
favorite band
didn't
of all
realize
time.
"Come on, Feel the
But
Noise" was spelled
I'm
"come."
gonna pick like the 10
Hilarious.
best Metallica songs, and then I'm gonna give some room for some other people because if you did a top 50,
Motley
it would
Crue.
probably be just Metallica.
It was Motley Crue that did Shout at the Devil. I was thinking it was
Yeah.
Black Sabbath for some reason.
Even I thought so.
Wow, that's embarrassing,
I really
actually.
like Crazy Train by Ozzy.
Oh yeah, it's one of the first songs that you play on the guitar when you learn, so it's like such nostalgia. Shout, shout, shout at the devil.
I'm gonna have to look up the lyrics to this song.
Lamb of God, Redneck.
I don't know that song.
Me either. That's what I'm saying. Some of these I just don't even know. Top Anthrax, I
Yeah, I don't
know.
know any Lamb of God.
Like I'm a big metalhead, even though I dabble in every type of music.
Yeah, but I like good metal.
Cradle of Faith. Okay, I remember them. They actually toured with either Ozzy or
Cradle
Metallica.
of Faith or Filth?
Cradle of Filth. From the Cradle to Enslave. Remember that
Yeah, you
song?
said Cradle of Faith.
Oh, did I? Yeah, I'm scrolling through reading multiple things
I
at the
got you.
same time.
I was like, I've heard of Cradle of Filth.
Who is Lacuna Coil? Heaven's Alive.
Lacuna Matata?
Lacuna Coil.
That name sounds familiar, but I can't place it.
I have to listen to it. I might have to just listen to this whole playlist and save some of the songs. Metal Essentials, Spotify. It's got a lot of good stuff. Whenever you lead off in your first song on Metal Essentials is Master of Puppets, you got my interest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you ever listen to any In Flames?
Yes.
I was gonna say, if not, you have to.
Yeah,
If you haven't heard it, check out Trigger. That's a fun
Do
song.
you think anti-hero is about Trump?
I do.
I bet a lot of people think that.
Yeah? I've
Are
never
you
heard it
listening to
before.
it?
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Taylor
it kind of
Swift
fits.
explains the soul-crushing meaning behind her lyrics. Okay.
Soul Crushing?
Apparently. She's a recurring nightmare about her future daughter-in-law? Really?
Oppenheimer. World Takeover.
Um, what are they about?
So this is her explaining herself?
Yeah, describing a recurring nightmare about her future daughter-in-law, Taylor reveals, I have this dream my daughter-in-law kills me for the money. She thinks
Well,
I
that's the
left
way
them
the
in the
song
will.
goes.
Yeah.
She doesn't even have
Describing
any
the
kids.
song. No, I know. She went on to explain, this song is a real guided tour throughout all the things I tend to hate about myself. We all hate things about ourselves, and it's all of those aspects of the things we dislike and like about ourselves that we have to come to terms with if we're going to beat this person.
We're getting nothing done. We just dived into music, and that's a weakness of ours.
Gotta go.
What is there's a controversy around it. After several fat positivity activists across social media accused the
What?
scene of being
Fat positivity.
fat-phobic.
The fuck?
What's positive about being fat?
What Taylor Swift's anti-hero controversy can tell us about fat phobia and feminist politics? This is one of this is like
I
the
got an
third
idea
thing
for you.
that
Give me
comes
loose
up
and
when
lead.
you Google anti-hero lyrics meaning.
I guess that's the good thing about music, though. You can interpret lyrics however you want.
You really can. So,
Like, it took
yeah,
me
like
so long to learn that Metallica mainly sings about death.
yeah.
Because I just
And
loved it.
it's funny, like their songs, like Disposable Heroes and stuff. Somehow people think like they're pro-war when they're like staunchly anti-war.
Yeah.
Oh god, One, when you actually
Yeah,
understand what One is about, is the scariest shit
So
in the
it
fucking
depressing.
is.
world.
Yeah.
Like, just being trapped.
In your own
Oh,
body, unable to kill
Oh,
yourself.
I just got
that
goosebumps
is my
again.
nightmare.
It's like a very, very sad song. But then you got Seek and Destroy,
That's
where you're
one of
like,
my favorite
wait, what?
songs.
Yeah.
Creeping Death. I mean, I cannot pick a favorite Metallica song because every time I say that's my favorite Metallica song, I'm like, oh, but what about?
Yeah, and I love their covers. Wherever I May Roam.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Where I lay my head is cold.
I had a fight with somebody when I was like 14. I was like, no, they made this song, bitch. No, they didn't.
My search history is very amusing.
So if
Can't
you
really.
Google Wherever I May Roam is a song by American heavy metal band Metallica.
Right? See? That's my type of argument. Like if you fucking just look at it, motherfuckers. I don't care who wrote it.
No, like Wikipedia straight up attributes the creation of the song to Metallica.
I agree.
Oh, I can't listen to this song because it's sad.
Well, I mean, I think Metallica did write it. Who are you saying wrote it?
No, it was written by some fucking um like country western fucking dude.
Oh, there's a Legion, baby.
Yeah, the guy proved me wrong on it, and like I argued
If
with
you
him so
Google
hard.
who wrote Wherever I May Roam, it was written by James Hetfield and Lars Ulrich.
Wait, where am I going?
No, trust me, I took this out of the argument. I'm not delving back into it to find the bullshit that he showed me. But
I
yeah,
don't think that guy was right.
it was some country western artist from like the '80s that.
I don't think he was right. Like this was written, the writing credits are attributed to James
Oh,
Hetfield and
this
Lars
game
Ulrich.
is so much louder.
You turn it down in game. That's why my game sound settings are so low.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Uh,
Go to game, options, sound. That's why my master volume is at 3.
I mean,
oh,
Metallica
yeah.
has done some covers, but Wherever I May Roam isn't one of them.
Um, let me pause this music.
They take credit for writing the song.
1 second.
Man, I just crafted 40 of these fucking caches, and not a single one of them was a white heart. What the fuck?
God damn. 40?
Yep.
It's some bad RNG.
Yeah. But I found 3 in the world, so maybe it's really lucky.
I wonder if they. It says there's a chance for them to be in those things, though.
It does.
Because I thought about doing that.
I'll be back. We'll take this.
You obviously know this song, baby.
Mm-hmm.
I like that song.
Is it whiskey on the dry run going on? I don't think it's whiskey on the dry run, thinking. This is so long. It might be turn the page. Yeah, it's probably turn the page.
I remember this song. I don't know why it's playing, though. Some 60s song.
I've always been.
Yeah, I was trying to play it. Here I am on the road again. On the road, whenever I lay roam, that's where I are.
That didn't exist at all. Some like modern throwback music shit. What is it called? Shit, whatever.
Well, at least I figured that out. That would have bothered me. Yeah, argued with a dude for like days about it, and then he like actually brought up the original.
It's a cover of this. It is a cover. Okay, no, this bitch was born in '65. I have no idea when the song was written.
Like, how do you know that the other person that didn't isn't covering Metallica?
No, it was
It's
because it was
attributed to
Turn the
being written by
Page.
James Hetfield and Lars Ulrich.
It was Turn
Yeah,
the
Turn the
Page
Page is definitely
by
not
Bob
an
Seger.
original Metallica.
Yeah, that was what I
Yeah, no,
argued
that
with
one
him
I could have
about
told
back
you.
then. Yeah.
I got you. Not wherever I roam.
Yeah, you know how they have the same tone as far as like.
Yeah. I was thinking you might have been
Here I
thinking about a
go
different
on the
song.
road again, you know. Yeah.
Yep. Turn the page.
Yeah. So that was the
Yeah,
song I was thinking of. I was just confusing the names.
Yeah. Yeah, that was definitely a cover.
Yeah, and I argued with him about it, and then he like showed me the Bob Seger song eventually. Like brought it up on Napster. It took like 5 fucking hours.
You're like,
Hilarious.
fuck. Dude, I just watched this video of this like snake burying itself in Orbeez. You know what Orbeez are?
Yep. I
Then
think
I'll
I've
tell you
seen
what,
that video.
you give me enough Orbeez, I'll bury myself in them. That looked comfy.
Yeah, I think I see the same video.
I'll definitely bury myself in some Orbeez.
He just felt, he looked right at home too, like he loved it.
Yep.
He was like just jiggling.
Like, sign me the fuck up. It's like, if you gave me an option between pussy and Orbeez, well, I pick pussy, but afterwards, Orbeez.
I'm gonna relax in Orbeez. It's some expensive shit. Be a fucking awesome waterbed though, like fill a waterbed up with them. Oh,
Oh shit.
that would feel great. I could imagine that on my back. That would feel amazing.
I don't know how I feel about waterbeds.
I don't like waterbeds, but
They're
I would
not
sleep
good
in
for
bed
my
with
back.
Orbeez.
I had a boyfriend that had one. I fucking smoking and put a hole in it one night.
Uh-oh.
Luckily, I had like for some reason I had a kit in my car that was like a plastic kit that was like I don't know what it was made for or why I even had it, but he glued it right onto the plastic and it fixed it. He was pissed.
I bet.
I'd be pissed.
Understandably.
They're expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. He didn't pay
They're like,
for
you're
it.
sleeping
He
on the
got it
floor.
from someone. He was a douchebag though, so
I'll fuck him in
he
his bed.
deserved it. Fucking was the one that got us arrested, but then blamed
So how was
someone
sex in that bed?
Difficult, I would assume.
Not memorable. Apparently.
Not memorable?
That might have been the person you were with.
I liked him until that shit went down.
But you didn't have memorable sex with him? That seems surprising. Like I would remember banging on a waterbed because I've done it,
It just seems
and
difficult to me.
you hit the bottom a lot. Like you hit the wood down below.
That sounds unfun.
Oh, it sucks being on the bottom. On the top, it's fun.
Yeah, as long as you're not doing doggy style.
Oh yeah.
That just seems difficult.
Missionary or her
That's my
riding.
favorite position.
Those are the two that I went for.
Honestly, I can't remember.
Oh, I destroyed it. Not the waterbed itself, but the wood base. Yeah, fucked it up bad. I destroyed that thing. But in the waterbed's defense, it wasn't built to go 18 hours straight. I wore her the fuck out.
That would wear anybody out.
What's that?
That would wear anybody out. I think.
She didn't complain. Teenagers.
Built different at that age.
It was her dad's bed. I had to. That was a redhead that I went from cousin to cousin.
Oh yeah.
And then I messed around with that cousin's mom.
Didn't she?
And then I married the fourth cousin that I dated.
Didn't she message you on Facebook recently?
Yeah. Oh, she would hook up with me right now.
Her dad's bed just made me think. So when I was younger, I was still living with my mom and my stepdad. I had the basement as my bedroom. So I didn't have a shower, like a bathroom in my bedroom, and I had to take a shower, so I was upstairs taking a shower, and I come downstairs and like my stereo is blasting, and I'm like, I don't remember leaving that on, whatever. And I open my closet to get some clothes, and my mom and my stepdad are on a chair banging in the closet.
Oh no.
And I'm like, what the fuck are y'all doing? And like there was a storage room like right off of my room, and they were like putting stuff in storage, and I guess the moment hit, you know, and they figured I was in the shower, but whatever. It was a life-scarring activity. I mean, not really, I don't give a shit. But when I was in my 20s, my mom and stepdad went out of town, and they asked me to house sit. Yeah. So, my girlfriend stayed with me. We had sex in her closet. And I intentionally left some pillows in there. They get back, they asked me, why are there pillows in the closet? And I was like, I have no idea, guys. Revenge, motherfuckers.
I used to have competitions with my mom.
Yeah, not with my mom.
What?
Oh yeah, there was whenever she moved in. No, this was before that. The redhead. Like, she got a little loud. The redhead. And from the other room, I heard my mom. And I was like, okay, I'm not hearing her. So I intentionally
Right.
made her louder. And then at one point, I heard her get louder from the other room. And I was like, no, I will fucking drill you into this goddamn bed if I hear her scream more time. I even told her, I was like, you better get fucking louder. I don't want to hear that again. So yeah,
We will win.
competition. Yeah, we're gonna win this fight. But me and my mom have a different relationship. It's me working from the time I was 12 and helping raise kids.
Yeah.
Not a sexual one, but you know,
No, I
different.
get it, though.
Like I was,
dynamic.
yeah, I wasn't like ashamed to have her here really, and she wasn't gonna bust in and be like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
My family's very, like, I mean, everyone has sex, right? Or at
Oh
least
yeah.
everybody wants to.
My mom had a friend over and went to play her birth video of the twins.
Oh god, yeah, I used to hear about
Didn't realize when she took the tape out of the camcorder, didn't even read the label. She just figured it was still in there, and it turned out to be a sex tape of me. Played it for her friends, and apparently she like left it playing and just like walked out of the room to see if I was upstairs to bitch at me because she thought I recorded over her birthing video.
Oh.
So she like stormed off and left it playing for her friends that were in the living room.
Awkward.
Yeah.
And came back because they didn't know, like, okay, are we supposed to shut this off or like? So they were just watching me have sex. Hilarious. And I like came home from work and like listened to the story and I just bust up laughing. Like, read the fucking label. How about that? I literally put on it my sex tape. So if
It's
she's
like, how is this confusing?
Yeah, so if anybody picked it up, they'd be like, oh, well, that's obviously not my
It's not
sex
mine.
tape, so it's someone else's, and puts it down. If
Nope,
you're
not your
curious,
mom.
go ahead.
Wait. These are the boots from the... That's weird. Are there different boots for this season? They must have some that like match this.
Yep. There's two different boots.
They're the
Yeah, you just don't have
busted
that.
ass ones.
That one goes with the peasant outfit.
Oh, I didn't claim them. I am not doing very well in this. What do I have to do? I haven't acquired a wrathful malignant heart.
I don't know, I've
Apparently.
just been completing it
I
naturally.
haven't done Helltide. I
Oh, I didn't
can't
realize.
craft a sigil.
I didn't realize I was about to fight the World Tier 4 Echo of Vashon. At
Oh.
level 80, which I'm level 70. It was 10 levels above me, but I
Oh,
won, so that was
good.
okay. Yeah, but it was a rough fight. I'll admit that. But I wasn't expecting that. I just clicked on something. I'm like, oh, okay.
Fuck. Can you imagine that hardcore? You just walk in and like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
Oh shit! I didn't die, so I would have survived it. I went down to like 10 health at one point, but I didn't die.
I think I would have poured it out. Like,
Yeah, starting
Like,
over in hardcore sucks.
I'm noping out.
Yeah. Those scrolls of escape are...
I only used two all last season, and one of them was on accident. I was trying to type to
Oh,
somebody.
yeah. I remember that. You got pissed, too, because I forget why.
I couldn't go back to the dungeon. I crashed.